You know, plumbing problems can be PIA.
What does that mean?
Pain in the ass.
Oh, okay.
Right?
All right.
That's why you call modern PI. No A.
No, okay. All right.
No pain in the ass. Because they're going to fix all your plumbing problems. That's Modern PI, Modern Plumbing Industries, locally owned and operated, covering all the counties and hooking us up. And I have to make a phone call because it happened. The third floor, the main bedroom toilet, it is something broken.
No, yeah.
Not a flushing.
And when you call them, mention Tom and Dan. You'll get 10% off any service. Maybe you have a water heater problem. Maybe you want an outdoor shower like they installed for me. They can do custom work. They can handle it all. Residential, commercial, industrial. 24-hour service calls available too if you have a plumbing problem. So just remember, modernpi.com, Modern Plumbing Industries. Tell them Tom and Dan sent you.
Yes, save that money. 10% off.
Live from the Injured on the Go Just Call Mo studio.
It's a blast!
It's Orlando's own Tom and Dan.
I fought hard for this country, and I just like to fish. 300 days a year, motherfucker, you're gonna find me doing this. All my buddies on this boat, no Brock Horner's tough. PTSD, yeah, you know me, I like that anger stuff. I'm the best damn tarpon captain that you're ever gonna motherfucking see. Look in my eyes, I got DUIs just like my grandpappy. If your kids are out on the water and they want to run their goddamn mouths, old Captain Brock's got a big fat cock. You can swing from there's no doubt. I'll punch a baby, I'll slap your gram. If you're a trans girl, I'll call you man. If your kids are out on the water and they want to run their goddamn mouths, old Captain Brock's got a big fat cock. You can swing from there's no doubt.
What the fuck are you doing?
Yes, sir. I'm sorry, bro. Like, I appreciate y'all, bro. Like, I'm sorry, bro. Bro, yes, sir.
I'll punch a baby, I'll slap your gram. If you're a trans girl, I'll call you man.
Man, it is man.
If your kids are out on the water and they want to run their goddamn mouths, old Captain Brock's got a big fat cock. You can swing from there's no doubt.
You need to settle down and mind your business.
Hello. This is your Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan program. We hope that you will find our presentation precise, joke heavy, and just right. Thanks.
Welcome to the Friday free show of A Mediocre Time.
Hey, it is the Friday free show of A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Dan.
I'm Tom.
On the couch. We haven't seen this guy in a minute. I'll fix his camera here in a second.
Too tall.
Yeah, too tall for the camera. Normally, people in here are of an
I don't
average.
think Dan has that problem.
Of average height.
Say that.
Look at that. Starting off with a bang. I should have. You know what? I should have used my original song I wrote for you. In fact, I might do it. I have a Bus Decker song that I deemed too hard.
You wrote it or AI wrote it?
I wrote it. Okay, you know what? You know what? We're going to do it. We're going to go rogue.
All right, do it.
You want to inject some energy? Let's do it.
Listen, he's still attached to a big sponsor.
I know. Well, maybe we'll do it later. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes.
Play it at the end.
We'll play it at the end.
Make people listen to this whole thing.
I'm joking. Mo doesn't care. Mo's laughing at it.
We'll put it at the very end.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, John Busdecker. You know him from Chief Marketing Officer of
the DeWitt Law Firm.
Just call Mo.
JustCallMo.com. Also from Bungalower and the Bus. He's the Bus.
Yep.
You knew him when he was a cop. You knew him when he worked for the Sentinel.
I thought he was the bung. Also, our BDM Appreciation Party is not this Saturday, next Saturday, April 19th. You have to be a BDM to be invited. We sent out all the invites twice already. You still have time to sign up. We will, if you are an active BDM at the time, you can come to the party. You can get the information from another BDM. But the party.
It's 2 Saturdays. He said next Saturday.
Two Saturdays.
Oh, it's 2 Saturdays now.
Yeah. Sorry, that's my wife. You can yell at her. But you guys are
she's
we
right.
we have a bowling tournament on April 12th.
That's what I was thinking.
There's a lot of, but you guys have a lot of similarities. You guys have been in here bonding over macros lately. I saw that. I see how you guys are. I see how you're bonding with my wife over counting your fucking calories. I see it.
Macros?
Yeah, they are all into their macros. Tom and my wife will be, what are you doing? Oh, I got my fiber down there. Oh, my sugar's down. Oh, what are you doing? And I'm just over here, I just want to get my dick sucked. That's all. I got a bad hip, and I just come suck an old man's dick. That's all I want. Baby Billy. Everything. You know that is burned in my brain. I lay in bed with my bad hip, and I'm like, please, someone suck my dick. A man. I'd have a man suck my dick right now. It's been like 30 days since I've had any action whatsoever, and you can't masturbate. I'm not going to spray cum everywhere in my bed.
Was that the doctor's orders?
No, but it's just like, what am I going to do?
All right. Your hands work.
I'm sorry, this is a bad.
Your hands work.
No, but where am I going to do it is my point. Sorry. He wants to plug stuff. Please finish your plugging.
Big thank you to all our sponsors for BDM Appreciation Week. Mo DeWitt, Just Call Mo, Fair Villa, White Claw, with a brand new product called Claw Tails. Have you seen that?
I have seen Claw
What is that?
Claw Tails. Woo!
Is
it a drink?
Yeah, it is a drink, a White Claw drink. Basically a cocktail in a can. They also have grape flavor out. Anyway.
Here's the song. I found it.
Bus Decker, tall, skinny, giant pecker. Used to be a freaking cop, now he sucks on Mo's cock. Injured on the go!
Then he injured on the go! You missed that part.
Yeah, it's because there was a line before that we all heard.
Let's do it. Ooh, ah, ooh, 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 ah, ooh.
Bus Decker, tall, skinny, giant pecker. Used to be a freaking cop, now he sucks on Mo's cock.
No, come on. No. That
I'm texting him right now. We're pulling our sponsorship.
It's Middle Eastern. It's Middle Eastern. I'm going.
Anyway,
the chat room likes it. I think the chat room likes it. Anyway, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me. Glad to be here.
Yeah, glad to have you.
Pyrospot Fireworks is another sponsor. Thank you to Pyrospot and also Marshall Bone Construction.
Yes.
Is it T-Bone or B-Bone? I heard you said T-Bone before.
No, it's M-Bone. Marshall Bone.
No, it's B-Bone.
Thanks to BDM Todd for sponsoring our BDM Appreciation.
Indeed.
We appreciate it.
Thank you, Todd. We appreciate that.
He's sponsoring the bowling event, too, so thank you, Todd.
Oh, that's awesome.
So at the actual party, April 19th, it's in Sanford. I won't tell you the actual venue yet, but we have...
there are a lot
bring your firearms.
There are a ton of venues in Sanford.
Can I bring a gun?
It was a one-off thing that had nothing to do.
Yeah.
And it's also like, hey, take the
Anyway.
to
me, it's kind of cool.
So
It was like this is Plaxico's limo,
we've got a live.
right? Isn't it the same? I think that's a good analogy.
We got a live band,
We do.
the Silver Linings Band.
Man, they are really, really good. They take requests. They kind of morph all the songs
Yeah.
into one
Play all-
cohesively. They're fantastic.
all the 90s covers, and then before they go on, me and Daniel, of course, will thank everybody.
we will
for
address
coming.
the crowd from the balcony. Hello, release the oil.
And then bring on Jennifer April Chow to put
Choy.
Choy, I know.
Oh, wow. And you did the worst thing you could do. You made a choya chow. It's the worst thing you could do. It's the most racist Asian thing you could do is to make a choya chow.
So I was like, Daniel always corrects me. Is it Chow or Choy? And then I'm like, I'm pretty sure.
Why didn't you look at me? And I could have said it to you
Choy.
telepathically.
You could have wrote it down, too.
No, but you said I thought it was choy.
I wrote down what I thought was Chow or Choy.
Yesterday, Ghost of Manute Bull in our Twitch chat room,
Oh,
twitch.tv/Tomedy He says she's called her Jennifer April Joy.
Wait, what does she do?
She does what we're billing as an erotic whipping magic show.
All right. Does she know that? Or?
Yeah.
In fact, it was just a standard whip show. Then it became a whip and magic show. Then it became a whip and magic fire show. Then it became, and I'm very suspect of this. Then I hear Tom in there fumble talking on the phone, and for whatever reason, this always happens with him. But he's like, "Absolutely, oh yes, 100%." And then he gets off the phone, and he's like, "She wants to do the entire." He wants to do the entire science and magic fire show in a bikini. and I'm like, that didn't happen. That's not real. But it's real.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, it's an erotic magic whip show.
April 19th, you have to be BDM.
And the chat room says that's Jessica May Chow.
Also, we are looking for
Jennifer April Choi.
a couple more volunteers on April 9th. We are stuffing all the $5 t-shirts for BDM Appreciation Week at Hourglass Brewing in
Why don't
Longwood.
you say packing
And-
over it? Stuffing sounds so...
We have a lot of extra sponsor gifts and Tom and Dan gifts
Yeah.
to stick in there.
different
So
stickers and all kinds of stuff to
we
put
need
in
some
there.
t-shirt folders and stuff. If you want to email me, tom@tomdan.com, just let me know that you're going to come by. We start at 11 a.m.
Yep.
It's Wednesday. It's next Wednesday, and we need all the help we can get. Really, it's like... the more people, the merrier, because we got to fold over 750 shirts and
Yeah.
put them in packages.
It's
with-
a lot of stuff.
There are,
Well, you're a
10
marketing
different-
officer.
Yeah.
You're
Last year I
always-
dropped it off and then I left.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I remember that.
All right. So we played a song up front, which many people understand the reference, but maybe some people don't. And I was speaking to Bustecker before the show started, and he doesn't really know the whole story, but it's popping up on my Facebook everywhere, which is the fishing charter captain that yelled at the other guy, boarded his boat, and the confrontation,
Yeah.
and it's become a huge
Brock
social
Horner
media.
is the guy's name.
It was in
Yeah.
Punta Gorda.
Yeah. Now I will tell you. We'll play the. Let's play the video.
Do you wanna
first,
play a little bit?
because
Okay,
Bus
I got
Decker
it.
hasn't seen
I
the whole
saw
thing.
part of it. I just didn't see it all.
Yeah, it's only 4 minutes long,
All right.
and luckily we are in a position where we can play it uncensored, and it's way better that way.
Okay.
So because you got to kind of hear what this guy says. So it starts from here, and here we go. We'll just you don't need a setup here. Here we go.
The other morning? What, like 5 in the morning?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cussing me out?
No, that was the dude in that boat. Were you the one that came through the middle of the bridge? Was that you?
Yeah, that was me.
Yeah, I was here, but you ran in front of the other dude over there.
You were cussing me out, dude.
Bro, you ran right through the middle of the bridge while we were all fishing.
In the middle of the fucking night, the guy didn't have any lights on.
Bro, we were all fishing here. The
He
fucking...
didn't have any lights on.
All right, bro, I'm not going to do this with you, bro. I'm not going to fucking do this with you, bro. Like, it's not the right time, bro.
You know the laws?
Bro, bro, you can't come flying through the middle of the fucking bridge, bro.
Bullshit. Yes, I can.
All right, bro. What are you trying to do, bro?
What am I trying to
What are you trying to do, bro?
You want to fucking go?
I don't want to fucking go. I want you to get the fuck out of here.
Big tough guy?
Tough guy? You pulled up on me, motherfucker.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
What are you going to do about it?
Nah, shit. I'm fishing, you fucking... Like, bro, get out of here. Like, what? What are you trying to do? Act like a tough guy in front of your buddies?
No, I'm not. Dude, all these motherfuckers know I'm tough, motherfucker.
That's I had to stop it there. That's my favorite line. And I'm stealing that, and I'm saying that from now on.
It's a good line.
It's such a great line.
Yeah.
All these motherfuckers back here, motherfucker. No, I'm a tough motherfucker. Like, it's so good. It's so good.
How embarrassing.
Yeah, it's so good. It's really embarrassing to say, but I love it. I love it a lot. I had to stop it. I didn't plan on stopping that at all, but man, that line,
good line.
It's like watching Roadhouse, and you hear a good line, you're like, oh, there's the line.
It is a Kenny Powers line.
It is a Kenny Powers line. Let's see if I can get it again real quick.
All right, bro. What are you trying to do, bro?
What am I trying to
What are you trying to do, bro?
You want to fucking go?
I don't want to fucking go. I want you to get the fuck out of here.
Big tough guy?
Tough guy? You pulled up on me, motherfucker.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
What are you going to do about it?
Nah, shit. I'm fishing, you fucking... Like, bro, get out of here. Like, what? What are you trying to do? Act like a tough guy in front of your buddies?
No, I'm not. Dude, all these motherfuckers know I'm tough, motherfucker.
Bro, all right, bro.
He laughs at it.
You know what?
Get going, bro.
We're all fucking war veterans. We're all...
Yeah, okay, that's another one I like. Everyone on this boat is a goddamn patriot war veteran.
Well, thank you for your service, bro.
And you're going to talk shit.
Thank you for your service, bro.
Talking
But
shit
that
to
doesn't
veterans.
give you the right.
Million pussy ass fuck.
All right, bro. All right, whatever. I appreciate you for your service, bro. But you don't got to run through the middle of the bridge, bro.
Dude, if your guy doesn't have his fucking lights
That's not my guy, bro. That's just another fucking dude, bro.
you have to have lights on.
My lights were on, bro.
Motherfucking lights.
My lights were
This is
on.
amazing.
Guess what the fuck happened?
It's not even
You
close.
die, nothing happens to me.
Right, okay, bro. Keep thinking that.
No, that's the fucking truth, dude.
All right, bro. Keep thinking that.
Put your fucking lights on.
Bro, my lights were on. I wasn't sitting there. Okay, that's not my dude, bro.
Cuss me the fuck out for it.
Bro, I said, bro, you almost fucking hit him. The other dude was fucking cussing you out.
I almost hit him because he didn't have his motherfucking lights on.
Bro, you shouldn't come flying through the middle of the bridge. You know people fish here, bro.
Dude,
I'm sorry, man.
That was the breaking point, I think. When he goes, ooh, and you can see him throw something down. And the switch in his brain broke, and he's like, yeah, there's something broken.
Rage.
Yeah.
Road rage happens.
Here we
I don't know
go.
if that's what you want to hear, bro.
yeah, you should apologize, motherfucker.
But, bro,
On the water more than you can possibly fathom in your wild
Me.
motherfucking
me too, bro. I'm out here all the time, bro.
I'm 300 days a year on the motherfucking water.
All right,
Every
bro.
day, I'm the best charter captain you'll ever meet in your motherfucking life.
All right, bro.
That's another great line. Not as good as the other one, but it's a really good line.
Yeah.
Who screams that?
I've never look. I've actually accomplished some pretty good. You and I have accomplished some things. I have never. I wish I could say things like that. I do not have the moxie or the power within me to ever say I'm good at anything in that way.
What qualifies him as the best charter captain?
12 DUIs. I take that back. I think there's 4 DUIs. He's been arrested 12 times in like the last 10 years. But yeah, this
Well,
guy.
every good charter captain at least needs one.
One. Yeah, I was going to say that. I was going to
If
take
you're
that
not
away from
one,
you. Yeah.
then what are you really doing here?
Yeah, I agree. Do you want to finish it, or do we know what's? Yeah, I guess we should, right?
Yeah, well,
this is the best part.
This is the part.
This is the part I saw.
That went viral and caused such an uproar. And then I want to deep dive into why it caused so much uproar and why it became so popular.
There's a human equation here we need to analyze.
And by the way, this guy's in the words of Tiger King, he'll never financially recover. Seriously,
that's another great line.
His charter business is fucked because this guy becomes an internet villain within the fishing community. The
fishing community.
This guy is being attacked
in the fishing community.
endlessly.
I'm not part of the fishing community.
Me neither.
I like fishing. Fishing's great.
It's all right.
I went in.
But the social media fishing, I know something about that.
You do.
Dre's and
He's
my
in
buddy
there.
Dre's.
I
and
went
all
in
of
there
that.
and just kind of, you can go in there and you can snoop around. It is real bad. Here, we'll continue. Here we go.
Bro,
Cuss me out.
chill, bro. Chill, bro.
He's
please,
on the guy's
bro.
boat now.
Hit the fucking fire.
Please, okay, please, bro. Please, bro. Please, bro. Bro, I'm a kid, bro. Please.
Now, did he hammer the throttle of the kid's boat?
No, I think the kid hammered the throttle to get
I
away.
think he did too. Yeah.
Like when the guy went, like right when the guy.
Yeah, I don't like this part.
Well, because the guy jumped on the bow, so I didn't understand why the boat was going anyway. But I think when the guy jumped on the bow, other guy, I won't. Well, I'll explain.
He's not a kid, but he's young. He's 22.
Yeah, 22.
But still young.
I'd also throw it out there that when we use the term kid, especially when we're in the South in some ways, I feel like it does mean a younger adult, you know? Like,
yeah, but if you talk to other 22, I remember when I was 22, if someone called me a kid, I'd be like, "Fuck you, old man." You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't call myself a kid.
But I did get called it again. I did get called it a lot by older people.
Yeah, but I would be like, "Oh, fuck you, old man."
Well,
You know what I'm saying?
before I learned that he was 22, I was like, "Oh, maybe he's like 15."
That's
He's
what I
saying
thought.
I'm a kid.
He sounds that way.
But he is younger than this adult man.
Today's 22-year-olds are yesteryear's 16-year-olds.
All right,
I feel like they're way softer now. They're way softer now.
I think maybe percentage-wise, but there's still a lot of harder 22-year-olds out there that wouldn't appreciate being called a kid at 22.
Let's see. Let's continue.
But I thought like you thought when I first saw it, I was like, oh, this is like some 16-year-old kid, because there's a lot of 16-year-old like teens fishing with even on their own boats. Like to get your boating license, you only need to be 16.
A lot of questions in the chat room because apparently a lot of people didn't see this, which is great.
Maybe finish it then, because there's still more to this.
Okay, we will finish it. You guys, put your questions in the chat. I'll try to go back and we'll answer it. We do have. I thought I saw Captain Dano in there. We do have some people that know their way around this kind of stuff.
Just because he has the name Captain in front of it.
No, we have a lot of outdoorsmen out there that listen. Okay, here we go.
Chill, bro. Chill, bro. Please, bro. Please, okay, please, bro. Please, bro. Please, bro.
I don't like this part.
Bro, I'm a kid, bro. Please.
Apologize.
Oh, I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry, bro.
You're gonna cuss me the fuck out.
All right, bro.
In the middle of the
No, bro. Please, bro. Please,
Get back to
bro.
my boat.
Okay. Please.
Fucking apologize.
I'm sorry, bro. That was not me, bro.
Yes, it was,
I know I was here, but my buddy was on the boat.
Can I tell you something? And I think you know me really well.
Yeah.
22-year-old Dan's on that boat. And that guy, no matter what, he could have a gun to my head and tell me, apologize right now. And I'd be like,
Yeah.
Not doing it.
Suck my dick! There you go, suck my dick! There's no way I do it. I just, pow, you just blow my brains out. There's no way I can't do it. I don't have the ability to calm myself down enough. If that guy goes, you will fucking apologize. I mean, I can't. Right now, I'm so fucking mad, I want to kill my computer. I'm being triggered right now. I can't do it. I can't do that. That kid is a better man than I can't do it.
And that guy doesn't have a gun or anything.
No,
that we
he
know
doesn't.
of.
But the sound in the kid's voice sounds like the guy's got a gun.
I would think so. Anybody in Florida, I think, has a gun.
And I think that's why the kid's like, please, bro, because I think he thinks that guy's going to pull a gun out and shoot him.
Oh, hold on. If that guy, we're calling the kid. I just hate calling him a kid. He's 22.
What's his name's Gavin?
Yeah, but he's a younger guy.
Yeah. But
we're not.
Gabe. His name is Gabe.
Regardless of what we're saying, it's not equal playing field, and you can't say that.
But
guy that served his country, PTSD, and did tours in Afghanistan is not the same as 22-year-old that may or may not have gone to college, and it's not the same.
Yeah, but there's some Florida 22-year-olds that are fucking.
But we don't know what this is.
But this guy also jumped on that guy's boat, so you already know something's up.
That 22-year-old could have pulled out his gun and killed that motherfucker.
Absolutely.
Like you jump on someone's boat in an aggressive manner for sure in Florida. Listen, we're in Florida.
Yeah.
And you would on video, you'd be like, that guy jumped on it at aggressive manner. I shot him.
Yeah.
And then the police would have been like, well, all right. No, see, so that guy, and it's, there's a lot of boaters that carry guns.
Oh yeah.
By the way, you don't need
that.
You don't need a concealed permit to carry a gun on your boat.
I don't think you need one in Florida anymore.
Yeah, no. But even before, like you could carry, and there's a lot of fishermen that carry guns.
Especially alligator ones. They carry guns. I was out one time.
I'm carrying 2 guns. I have one on each hip right now.
So that fucking idiot, he ran the risk of getting himself killed. By aggressively, and you don't jump on someone else's boat.
You don't step on Superman's cape.
Yeah, but no, like that is a big
I'll
no-no.
pay you for that later.
Like in the boating world, like I know that, like you aggressively board someone's fucking boat.
Yeah.
Like all of a sudden, like
might as well board his wife.
well, that was the number one thing that the fishing group I was in. It was the number one thing that they were going off. They were literally just going off.
It's like piracy or some shit.
Yes, yeah. I mean, they start. There's a little bit. bit more here. Hold on, let me go back to it so we can finish out old
Now,
Brock Horner. Yes.
The 22-year-old, I will say, now that when I found out he was 22, I was like, man, he's going to get clowned by all his friends for being a pussy.
For a little bit. Not as bad as Brock, but a little bit, yeah.
Yeah. But just by
He's gonna
yelling.
take some, for sure.
Like, all of a sudden you were
Well,
talking.
because you apologized too many times. You could have given him a 2, but you, like, here, he continues.
Yes, sir. I'm a kid, bro. Please, bro.
I don't care. You don't cuss me
Yes,
the fuck
sir.
out.
All
and
right.
Talk shit to me, motherfucker.
Wait a minute, is that allowed? If I serve the country and if I served a tour at Afghanistan, can I yell at kids? Because that's fucking awesome. If that's true, then I would have gone into the military.
You
Because all
cannot.
these kids over at Maisie School, when they're fucking around, I'm a fucking you motherfucker! I was yelling at them all, get out of here!
Also,
You do have a walker. You can just tell
I
them you're a
know.
disabled veteran.
I would love to do that. I'm disabled. That's stolen valor. I can't do that. I'm not doing that.
Well, they don't know that.
you're allowed to yell and curse at anybody. You're not allowed to jump on someone else's boat aggressively. That is not allowed.
That's really bad. And I think there's one more minute here.
Yes, sir.
You don't do it.
I'm sorry, man.
Awkward.
I wasn't like cussing you out,
Yes,
though, bro.
you were, dude.
I was driving the boat.
Did
Okay.
you not call me a fucking faggot?
No, bro.
What?
That
He
was-
never did that.
What?
I think he made that up in his crazy mind. PTSD will
I didn't
make
hear
you
that
think
anywhere.
people called you the F word for gays. That's what I've heard. If you get a bad enough case of PTSD, you'll be like, "Would you call me?"
Wow.
The,
That came out of nowhere.
And the reason why Daniel's referencing PTSD is because this fucking douchebag's lawyer said, "Oh, maybe it's PTSD that caused him to act like easier
let
to
me get to
use
save it.
some bullshit."
Well,
Like,
he said he's 100% disabled. That's what the letter said.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
this guy's just a dickhead.
Yeah. I mean, he might have PTSD.
Both
There-
can be true,
that-
right?
I'm
Like you
not
can
sure.
have,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
can be 100% disabled, and you can have PTSD, and you can
Yeah.
also, I can also thank you for serving our country and giving that part of you to us. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
That's an unbelievable freedom. But you can also be a dickhead with.
Is there
that.
any more to the
course.
video, or is that it? Was that it?
That was it.
right.
There are a few more apologies.
So, like, nobody else on the other boat was like, dude, maybe we should just
Here's
chill.
the statement.
Like, just chill, man.
I think this is real. I don't
It is.
know.
No, it is. It is.
Okay, this
It
is from
is.
Scott Weinberg, attorney for Captain Brock
He's
Horner.
a friend. I think he's a friend and attorney.
Yeah, it says, as both Brock Horner's attorney and his friend, I want to address the recent video that has circulated wildly online, showing an intense exchange between Brock and a young man named Gage. First and foremost, Brock sincerely apologizes to Gage's family, and to anyone who was frightened or upset by what they saw. He is deeply sorry. What began as a moment of frustration and concern escalated in a way it simply should not have. Gage handled the situation with impressive composure and class, and that level-headed helped And that level-headedness helped prevent things from getting far worse. Brock is not proud of how he acted, but it's important to remember we are not the sum of our worst day. That video captured one moment, not the whole of who he is. Since the video went viral, Brock's business has been destroyed, his reputation damaged. His family, including his wife and mother, have been harassed and even threatened. Some have gone as far as to question his military service and accuse him of stolen valor. Let me be clear. Brock is a decorated combat veteran who was severely injured in Afghanistan. He served honorably, earned multiple medals, and suffered a traumatic brain injury in combat.
I don't want to hear some lawyers bullshit trying to get his client's reputation.
This is all
saved.
bullshit. Because here's what I would say. Here's one. If you're 100% disabled, I don't think you should be driving a boat. Right?
Yeah.
Like
You're efficient. You know how big tarpon are?
Yeah, I'm only one.
They're hard to fight.
My hip is disabled right now. I can't drive my car. Like, you know what? You have no business driving a boat if you're 100% disabled with PTSD. You just shouldn't be doing it. It's very dangerous.
Yeah. But PTSD is hard to test. So,
Yeah,
you get it.
he's recognized as 100% disabled and blah, 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 all this other stuff. He stood up when this country asked him to. So, I mean, then they they wrap it in an American flag on the end of it, and then they hand it to you, and they're like,
I think his attorney's probably just trying to do his best with what he can work with right there.
Yeah. So what's the interesting part of all this is when I see this, and then and I see how much it grabbed a hold of people, and how many people are sharing it and joking around about it. People are saying Mark's safe from Captain Brock.
I saw that. No lie, I must have seen that 50 times. And I don't have a ton of people on
Friends.
there.
Oh.
Yeah,
I
don't. You're right.
It's a local Florida story. So, and like most of my Facebook friends are from Florida local, so it stuck out, right? And then I started to analyze, like, why did this blow up so big? Because seemingly nothing happened. Nobody was hurt. Nobody was injured.
No.
Nobody, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of a nothing
But
now.
it's not every day you get that much rage on
Yeah,
camera.
yeah.
The whole thing, too.
We see a lot of road rage and stuff that doesn't get as much.
You never see boat rage.
Yeah, I guess it's rare.
Not like this. I mean, if I do see boat rage, it's usually the cop boarding the boat, and then the person getting boarded is freaking out that they did something terrible.
But even think about it. We've seen a ton of road rage videos, and I've never seen the amount of attack on the person raging out as much as this, right? Like, it seems like people then...
Well, there were some buzzwords in here that are really triggering people. Let's analyze
on the best chart. It's his
number one,
bravado that got him.
It's both, though, kid. The term kid being wung around a lot in there, I think subconsciously...
People are like, you're fucking around with a kid.
And that guy's voice, you hit it on the head, Busticker. His voice sound like I pictured 16.
I thought he was. Because he's also saying I'm a kid.
I went with what your stereotype that you drew, Tom, the tough Florida 15-year-old that has his own John boat that goes out and does his own fishing. Yeah. We know those kids.
Now, I will say, let's do a little defending the monster.
Hold on, I got it. Hold on, I got the theme song. This is we got to play the theme. Hold on, I pulled it down here. Hold on, I got it on the. Hold on.
And by the way, this guy, he's paid. He's paid for what he's done.
Hey, 1, 2, hey, I can't hear it. Hey. Tell me a story that's kind of murdery. I'll say that I can understand the motivation. Evil and trickery easily explained to me. I will debate that there's justification. You know you'll never win. There's no use in arguing. I'm gonna use my powers of persuasion. Stalin was kind of rad. Hitler wasn't all that bad. I will convince you all to listen to me in the end. Come on and follow me to great morality. This segment's all about defending a monster. Terrible stories don't seem so bad to me. I'm feeling empathy defending a monster. I'm defending a monster. I'm defending a monster.
So,
before you do this, I got a question.
No, okay.
And you're a boating guy,
yeah.
So you can answer this. Maybe you can explain to me where this started, because he said like he went fast underneath the bridge. Obviously, you can't do that.
This is part of my defending.
Okay. I don't know what led up to that.
So,
I love it when Captain Tom tries to defend rules he doesn't know because he's not a real captain. That's my favorite part.
So, from what I've gathered from this argument,
wasn't there another boat there?
They started fishing early morning at night, right?
Which one? The Gabe?
They both did.
Okay, all right.
And there was another boat.
And then there was another boat fishing underneath that bridge.
Okay.
Your wife mentioned that this is near Peace River, or maybe the mouth of Peace River on the west coast, because it looks like the ocean.
It's in Punta Gorda.
In Punta Gorda,
but it is the Peace River, but it is towards the, like you said, the mouth.
And then some, obviously salt water, but they must have been fishing at night, and then that one, the dickhead, run through the bridge.
Okay.
Right? Now, if the bridge has no slow limit speed, you're allowed to do that.
Okay.
Right? Now, there is a courtesy that some people show where if they know someone's fishing near the bridge or whatever, they'll slow down to slow speed.
Tom says, fuck your
but it's not
fuck your feelings.
As long as there's no, if there's a slow speed sign, you have to go slow speed. If not, you can go cruising speed.
Okay.
Usually it's 25 within the channel.
Okay.
But you're kind of a dickhead, because if people are fishing there, you're like zooming by fast.
You're just ruining their entire day.
So dickhead guy says nobody had lights on, so I didn't know you were there.
So now when you are on on a boat in the water at night, you have to have your lights on.
Correct.
So your bow lights and your stern lights, and so
now, Captain Tom, does put his lights on, but they don't work. But they are on. They're on. Hold on, I'm going to defend you on that. This is a double defending a monster. He's defending a monster, but I'll defend him. He's the monster defending the monster.
So in this scenario,
I've been in his boat. When he'll flick them on, they don't work. Or you got to hit them.
What I imagine happened is this dickhead captain comes flying through the bridge, and then these boats are like, "Fuck you! What the why?" And then curse them out, which I've seen happen before. It's happened to me.
Is that because it affects them? They're fishing, like it scares the fish away, or it's just dangerous?
No, just rocks a boat. Like,
well, you're standing. It does scare any wildlife away. Yeah.
Okay.
If you got an anchor on or whatever, or you're next to the bridge and you're standing on the bow, the wake is more. So it's just like you have to steady yourself. You can spill your beer. It's just kind of like
you might drop your fish whistle in the water.
It's an inconvenience.
But
a courtesy thing.
The dickhead captain is right. He doesn't have to slow down. It's not the
the only part of the video I liked is when he was like, "I can't do that," because I was like, "Well, technically he can," and I kind of like that he said that.
Yeah.
And kind of a super dickhead thing to say.
And I will say that I imagine if I was in the scenario, say me and Dre are out fishing, right? Which this leads me into the social media world of fishing, because it's a huge, fascinating fucking sub world that's gigantic, by the way, and
they all fight. The fishermen, all the guys that do it.
I believe that.
You know our buddy Antonio that's on the BDM page? I think last week, shout out to him, I think he had another YouTuber, because he does YouTube stuff, I think stole his GoPro. Like, we're like, I fucking steal your GoPro. Like, it's so wild out there, dude. Like, is
this the whole point of fishing, to like relax and stuff?
I read some articles about
it's just, humans are gonna human, right?
That's true.
Yeah, so when let's say me and Dre are out fishing, and I'm the 22-year-old, right? And so the guy comes back.
You think of yourself as that, don't you?
Now this slightly happened to me. A similar situation, and I've told years ago. One time we were out at the Winter Park Channel Lakes, and then basically a guy stole our parking space when we were putting our boat in, and then Crystal started yelling at him, like "fuck you," and he started yelling at him, and then like I forgot who I was with. I've told this.
Go kill that man.
And like we were yelling from the boat, me and my Miami friends, like "fuck off," whatever. And then it was like it was like almost getting into it, and then I de-escalated it, and I was like, "Ah."
I like it when you insult their family or something, where you're like, "Hey, fuck you and your fat ass wife," and her big fat sloppy titties. Hey, fuck off. I like that kind of shit. Fuck your fat pig wife and her fat flapjack tit, you cunt.
Then our boat broke down on Bird Island, and then my friends had to row.
Guess who drove up?
Yeah, well, our friends had to row the boat, and it was dusk at this time. So the last couple boats on the lake were the last ones.
You see a light in the horizon.
And then I was like, shit, we're like a mile or whatever, like a quarter mile. We're gonna have to row my stinky boat,
like a Survivor challenge.
And then a boat was. We were like waving them down.
See a light in the horizon. Guess who it is?
Oh my god!
It's an old flapjack titty pig. And here she comes.
And then he's like, "Look what we have here."
well.
Yeah. Then
what are we? Hold on. What are we? What? This thing doesn't work.
And then the guy was like, "Maybe this will teach you not to be such a dickhead." And then he handed me a boat jumper, and then we jumped the boat, and then I got started.
What'd you say?
I had to fucking swallow.
You're like, yes, sir. We were like, yes, sir.
I think Chris,
thank you for
I'm a kid. You're like, I'm a kid, bro.
No,
I'm a kid. Thank you for your service. I'm sorry I called your cunt wife's titties flapjacks, man. I'm sorry, that's just a kid. I've never seen flapjack titties, dude.
There was one split second where I almost grabbed this charger from Bridget and then dropped it in the water. And then like, "Fuck you, old man."
That's 100% Dan.
We'll roll back rather than use your goddamn charger. But I was like, nah,
you gotta
just use them.
You gotta go real irrational. It's like, I'd rather kill myself than go back with you.
And then I'm like, we're all drunk. What if there's a cop in the we're fucking rowing this sticky boat in Winter Park. Anyway,
there's a cop and we're all drunk.
So anyway, so back to this. Now, once the guy comes back and then starts talking shit, this could have been done at the very beginning. Once you're just like, all right, and just stop talking to him. Like the 22-year-old did throw out a lot of motherfuckers, and like that wasn't me. And then like,
no, I analyzed it.
Did keep going back and forth.
Do you know the moment? I found it in the video.
Yeah.
There's one moment in the video that Tom wouldn't have done, that the kid did, where he was more Dan than Tom, and he should have been more Tom. The line he says to the guy, he could have de-escalated it. What he did was when he says, "Well, that was you," he did a tit for tat. The guy was like talking lights, blah, 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 blah. The tension was high, but then the kid said this. He goes, but that was you that ran through the center, right? Like saying, like, okay, well, you're saying no lies, but you were like, he did it like, well, I did this, so you did this.
But he
and that's where it went sideways because as soon as he said that, the guy, after he yelled that, I can fucking do that, he's done. You were done.
Yeah, but I was like, this guy's got some balls. He's like, fuck you, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I like that. But then when the guy boarded his boat, he instantly regressed. And that's part of the psychology of why this video went so viral. Because if this guy didn't regress back to I'm just a kid and like all of a sudden scared voice, it wouldn't have been as popular. If he would just have been like, hey, get the fuck off my boat, and there was an argument, nothing would have happened. Like, in fact, this guy fucked this other guy really good just by doing that because that's the reason this guy's life is ruined because he acted that way.
The reason his life's ruined is because he acted like an asshole.
No, of course, yeah. But the other kid made it happen because of the way he acted.
None of this would have happened if
Oh, sorry. Hold on. This isn't supposed to play again.
I was going to say, none of it would have happened if Brock would have just been like, all right, man, I'll just walk away.
It's this guy's fault. Yeah. That's all the defending
He's like,
I
he
can
can
do.
say, I'm an adult. I don't have to argue with this kid. I'm just gonna
He's
go.
an adult who's 22.
I think Jen in the Twitch chat room hit the nail on the head. She's like, he tried to explain he hasn't gotten the years on him yet to have the quote, man. Correct. You know, like, you ever seen an old timer when somebody's hassling him or giving some, just being a dickhead to him, and it could escalate, and the old timer, all right, go, okay. And you just let it wash right over you. Just let it go.
I mean, that's what I would do. Whatever,
yeah,
man.
Tom's really good at that. I don't have that power, man.
Isn't he? I don't know if those were his friends or not on Brock's boat.
Okay, so the guys on Brock's boat were 3 other fishing charter captains. That's why this gets real sticky.
Okay, all right.
Is because in the charter fishing world, other captains are now calling for these other 3 guys' heads because they're like, "Yo, you're all professional captains. You all treated this kid like shit, and one of you should have said like." Whoa, what are you doing, maniac? Are you drunk? Were you all drunk? Like, what? Why were you all 4 acting like that?
Yeah.
Like, there should have been at least one, and I don't adhere to this, but I know captains do. Like, they take it real serious. Who was the captain? You got off your boat. You left your entire vessel.
Yeah.
That's like abandoned. Like, there's things. It's like maritime law. Like, they're really big on this, man.
But there's also in Florida the term captain gets flung around.
I've been saying this for a decade.
I'm just saying, like, your kid's elementary school PE coach, he is coach, and Coach Belichick is coach. They're different. You see what I'm saying? And the captain term, you can get your, like, I think your level 1 captain license where you could take 4 to 6 people out or whatever.
You do that anyway.
No, but it's like, and with the business or whatever, and to get that license, it's not that incredibly hard. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's, we're not talking about a doctor or some sort of insane amount
like
of schooling.
my surgeon, like who did perform my surgery.
And then it's like, and so when you're a flats boat captain, different than if you're a cruise ship captain. You see what I'm saying? Hey, but you're still a captain. A chiropractor's still a doctor. But also a brain surgeon is a doctor.
Right, yeah.
And there's
but I
a
do
little bit of that.
expect the chiropractor to tell me, I'm the best motherfucking chiropractor you've ever fucking seen, motherfucker.
See, that's the psychology of why it's that, like, him saying those things.
Oh, I love it.
The 22-year-old going totally back and being scared and then saying, please stop. Like that played it all.
It's perfect.
Culminated into
chef's kiss.
Yeah.
This viral video that is going.
Did the Brock guy? Did he break any laws or not?
Yeah.
He got arrested. Okay.
No, I don't think he got arrested.
I haven't got the update yet, but the law enforcement is looking into it. Law enforcement also says, please do not call anymore.
No, I saw that.
Yeah, they begged people. They're like, please stop. We're
We've
over
seen
it. Yeah.
See, I think if someone jumps on your boat and you don't want them to, it could be some sort of trespassing. I don't know how illegal it is. There's a lot.
There was somebody from a law firm here.
Well, I don't know how.
I don't know. I don't know the answer.
The rules, but then someone was saying, like, wild theories are being slung around that this guy's going to lose his captain's license for piracy. I don't know.
I don't know about that.
Again,
that sounds like a stretch.
Who's regulated?
Here's what I would say.
Yeah.
How did he have? I mean, and I'm not trying to ruin the guy. I'm not trying to pile on, but how did he have a captain's license to begin with? And dude's had like 6 DUIs. Like
That doesn't matter. That's what I'm saying. The captain's license.
No,
different rules
It's
on the
not
water,
a good
baby.
dude. Like, this is not the person you want taking you tarpon fishing. There are plenty of other people that I'm sure need the business.
I think it's an online course. Like, you know,
Really?
yeah. The captain's like and then you take a test. Like, I don't know. It's not like you go somewhere and then you get on the boat and they just drive.
You don't have to actually do a test.
No, it's a test, but not on the boat.
Okay.
It's a written test.
I mean, we have some captains. We have a couple
my
in
dad-
the chat room. If you guys know, call in and let us know what could happen to this guy. Can you get barred from never having a boat license ever again?
No, that's not a thing.
I don't think so either, right? Like, that can't be a thing.
We give out those. We're Florida. You have a boat license.
Yeah. I mean,
license, no license. no
remember
one
when
cares.
Jelly Roll couldn't fly to other countries? I saw him pop up in Canada.
But the social media fishing world, it's interesting, and I started deep diving in. There's a lot of people saying it's ruining fishing, and then other people saying that it's made fishing 10 times more popular because of the marketing of it. Like, so many people then get into fishing because of social media, learn how to do it properly because people explain, here's the bait you need, here's where you go and stuff.
That's what
Then it
I
makes
use.
the easier barrier of entry.
Yeah.
Like 20
Well, you can go to any area, right? Like, so if you're fishing the Cartacay River, I'll use the one I like. You type in Cartacay River tips, and then there will be 1,000 videos from like kids
of exactly what to do.
They'll be in the area. They'll be like, "Go here, tie this lure, you'll get this fish." It's
So pre-social
easier.
media and internet, you needed to know. Your uncle had to teach you where to go and what lures to use. You see what I'm thinking? Now it's a video explaining exactly everything to do, what equipment to buy, where to go.
Still hard, by the way.
Have you
Still
ever been
hard.
deep?
Still hard, but that's
Still hard.
But that's another thing that makes the social media part of it bigger because now everybody's out, and my buddy Dre does this.
Yeah.
You catch a fish, and it's an instant living trophy to show your followers, look what I got.
Yeah.
And
he likes the peacock basses.
And the gamble of it is that maybe you catch the biggest one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and you never know because you can't see underwater. You can't. There's really
you
no way.
document it. It's gambling.
So it's gambling every time, and who knows? And then the professionals may catch the non-professionals may catch the biggest one. You know, because everybody's kind of on an even playing field at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like the pros,
especially underwater. How do you can't? I mean, just knowing where to go. Yeah, you can use your knowledge.
But it's kind of like poker. Like, yes, is skill and luck involved. Like the skill for poker players, the professional fisherman will catch more over the long period of time. But every once in a while, the Chris Moneymaker will win it all. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
you like fishing?
Have you ever been deep sea fishing?
Yeah, many times.
So
Yeah.
I went one time. I will never go again.
Oh, you got sick?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So it was in Alabama. We were in Orange Beach, Alabama. And my wife and I, this was 15 years ago now. And we weren't married yet. So we went out on this boat. And at the time, it was like $100 or something like that for both of us. And it was just like an exorbitant amount of money at the time for us. I just didn't have that kind of money to spend on a fishing trip that I didn't think I would even like.
This guy smoking in the shower.
Yeah,
like $100.
So we go on this fishing trip, and we had to leave at 8 in the morning.
Was it one of those boats where there's just 50 people on the outside and everybody, oh, God, that's the worst one.
The night before, I probably had a few drinks, so I wake up the next day, and we get on this boat, and I already feel like shit. And so
Why do we always do that? Like, I have always been deep sea fishing with a hangover. I've never been deep sea fishing.
That's part of it.
So
bad idea. So
that's part of the captain's license.
And it was like July, so it was already hot in Alabama. So we get on this boat. And we're going out there, and like you said, there's 50 people on the boat, and it's just hitting every single wave on the way out.
Because they don't care.
Yeah, and they're just hauling ass, and there's a diesel, it smells like gasoline, and so we get about
boats are diesel.
We get about
that helps seasickness.
yeah,
boats.
We get about 2 miles out, and I'm like, oh, I'm not feeling good. I'm not feeling good, and so I'm like, how much farther are we gonna go to fish? I feel like we're already pretty deep here, and they're like, oh, we have another 35 minutes before we get to our spot. I'm like, motherfucker.
Yeah, you're in the goddamn Gulf of America.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know this, but America's big.
So I'm feeling terrible, and somebody on the boat was like, you should go down below deck. you'll feel better.
Go down below deck and
That's hard,
masturbate in the bathroom.
Because it's cooler down there. So I'm
That's
like,
horrible.
okay.
That's
So-
the worst.
Who told you that, Mr. Idiot?
I'm going to shake their hand, by
So
the
I
way.
go down there, and it was like me and one other lady, and I'm like, how you feel? She's like, I feel terrible. I'm like, so do I. So finally, we get out to like the area where they're going to fish, and all these people are fishing, but I still feel like trash. And so my wife's fishing. Once again, we paid for all this. And so she's fishing. Meanwhile, I'm like throwing up on the side of the boat. And then
Which,
obviously,
oddly enough, I've done that many times, feels so
oh yeah.
good
So
when
and
it
the
comes
captain's
out.
like, oh, we got chum out there. You know?
I hate that. Get a better joke.
So I throw up everywhere, a few times, and then finally, and once again, the boat's still rocking everywhere. Finally, I get like everything out of me. Like I've thrown up everything inside my body. And I'm like, all right, I think I'm good. Like, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to fish. I grab a reel. I get ready. I cast it like one time, and the captain's like, all right, everybody, get them in. We're ready to go back.
All right, you too, nerd.
Yeah, I didn't catch nothing. That was my last time on a deep sea fishing trip.
We have a phone call. If you want.
yeah, what do we
hey,
got?
thanks for calling a mediocre time. Who's this?
Hey, this is Clark here, tugboatman. I was going to talk about the license status.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, please.
So you're a tugboatman, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you got.
Sir, oh my God.
Well, that's how you. That's Cap.
This
No,
is
Sorry,
Captain
Tom,
on Captain.
I shouldn't give you that.
This is Captain on Captain Business.
I apologize.
I basically
Yeah.
have my captain's
Look,
license.
you know what? We don't
Same
tell
shit.
tell you how to print koozies. Okay, this is Captain Business.
So anyways,
I'm a first mate, by the way. I'm allowed to say that first mate. I'm right.
Yeah,
I'm a
that's
first
true.
mate.
Absolutely.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, yeah, you get first mate. You've been on Tom's boat enough.
Yeah, many times.
Yeah, so when you get what he probably has, which would be his 6-pack license, which means you can carry 6 customers on your boat, you got to have 360 days on the water. You have to have, you got to have 90 days of sea time, and then as well, you have to check in with the U.S. Coast Guard, pass a drug test, and pass an application. So the U.S. Coast Guard resides over all of that, and if they see something like this, you will absolutely lose your license.
Huh.
Now-
Can you get it back, or is that a one and done scenario?
No, it's not a one-and-done thing. I've seen worse happen, obviously offshore.
You know
I
why
hold
we
my
know that?
100-ton
Because how
license.
do any of the deadliest catch guys do anything? They all have licenses, right? They're all drug addicts. Every person, I don't know, this is a mean joke, but every person that ever set foot on the Cornelia Marie died of fentanyl. Every single person.
Yeah. Also, you say you have 300 days on the water, 90, whatever. You could just say you do. There's no proof required.
No.
Well,
you have to have it signed by a captain. So you have to have a previous captain.
Yeah, but
sign
all
it.
captains are drug addicts and they lie.
yeah. I could get 10 different captains to sign anything I
That's
want.
like saying,
Yeah. They'll sign anything.
Maybe.
Maybe. Have you seen the boat captains in Florida?
Yes, I am one.
Yeah, but you're a good one. The ones that listen to our show are ragtag. They look like Captain Ron.
Yeah. The ones in my circle. Yeah. They're, they'll sign it, again, multiple DUIs.
Does that not matter that he has so many DUIs? Does that not matter
Yeah,
to
the
him
guy's
getting
got
a captain?
It's water.
He's got 4 DUIs.
So-
He beat up his wife, I think.
So it depends on your U.S. Coast Guard application depends on when he applied for it. So he should have had that before he got these DUIs or before he did those things.
So let me ask you this, though. Boarding someone's boat, that's what is that? Is that how, is it against the law?
Absolutely. That's entirely against the law. You're actually not allowed to be within, for my boat, which I drive the big tugboats.
Nice.
If you are within my fire hose distance, that's illegal.
That sounds awesome. That's the greatest quote you get to say as a tugboat captain. If you're anywhere near my hose, you're illegal, motherfucker.
How long is your hose?
And could you blast someone with your fire hose like a goddamn whale ship?
Oh, yeah. I have a 115-foot boat, and I have to be able to spray 115 feet.
Will you let me and Tom fire your hose?
Yeah. Could we?
I'll pay you.
Could I get on your fire hose and then we get close to different fishermen and people out on the
And just
intercoastal?
blast their stupid bucket hat on.
Just start blasting people.
I want to blast some grumpy old man Jack Lemon's bucket hat on.
We could talk about something, but my favorite thing is when we're on anchor, or when I used to do fishing boats, so when we would be on anchor, you'd have people drag or troll through your anchor line, and if they troll through your anchor line, we can basically report them saying that they're too close to our boat, so...
All right.
Oh, you're doing Andrea. You're like, this car's been here for weeks. Tow it.
Reporting it, but he's never as fun as blasting him. So
Yeah. I want to blast him with a flare gun.
When are you allowed to blast them?
They're within 115 feet. Tom, you'll love this, though. One of our favorite things to do would be we'll grab some old rope, grab a couple of Gatorade bottles, and if anybody's following us, you just drop it from port to starboard side, and you have rope underneath, and it gets caught in their Bronx.
No,
Hey, now we're talking. I love that. That's thousands of dollars. I like that.
Oh, it's terrible for people.
I love it. Well, hey, thanks for calling and filling us in, man, and you have a good weekend, okay?
Absolutely. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate the show, and always love you guys.
Right back at you,
see ya,
man.
dude.
Stay safe. Be good.
God, I want to be.
I want to be a tugboat captain. I want a big boat that can destroy shit.
There's a tugboat
Like battleship.
Yeah, no. I want a passive destruction. Like I don't want war or guns. Like a hose and it just being big and has a lot of torque and pull shit. That's fun.
Daniel, you'll like this. There's a old tugboat on the mouth of Lake George. The last time I was out there, and this was like maybe a month or so, 2 months ago. And it's just sitting there like someone pulled it off and I think someone's living on it. Because
cool.
you could just throw out your anchor and like on the corner and they won't make you move for like a month.
There's some old lady in there give you a toothless blowjob. There's a toothless mermaid in there ready to give you an old homeless blowjob.
Yeah. And then I'm like, who's this guy that lives on this old tugboat?
Might be a lady.
Yeah, or a lady.
Bring her a bottle of vodka.
But you see, like, they hang their laundry outside, so you can tell someone's living there, and you're just like...
You snoop the laundry. Now, you may not be able to tell sex, because I would imagine if you live in a tugboat, especially if it's dilapidated...
You don't want to rock it.
You're not going to wear underwear, so there would be no context clues hanging on the line, right? So you didn't see any, like, big balloony grundies or anything.
All right, let's take a break.
Yes, sir.
When we come back, I want to talk about crossing guards, because I did not know they got paid. I didn't know it was a paid position.
My wife told me that, and then we're driving, and I'm like, that's not true. And she's like, yes, it is. They get paid. And I'm like, that's not true. She's like, you're an idiot, just like Tom. So this is how. So anyway, what do you know about Spanish punk rock? It's good. It's huge.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. And we got sent some. This is Flores y Fuego.
From Spain?
I believe this is from Spain.
All
Yeah.
right.
So enjoy this. It's really good. And we will be back with more on Mediocre Time momentarily. 1-844-TOMNDAN. If you'd like to call or show at TomandDan.com for last-minute emails.
I was just at Hollabox German Restaurant for Chef Pat's 20-year anniversary party.
I mean, at this point, don't you eat the Eisbein like 3 times a month or something? Isn't that like it's
that good?
It's this giant pork shank on these beautiful mashed potatoes.
Yeah, sauerkraut.
I'm sorry, I got off track, but Hollabox German Restaurant.
It's so good, man.
It's probably my favorite restaurant. The entertainment, they get a 10. The food, they get a 10.
Yeah.
Chef Pat, he's been there 20 years, but he gets a 10. The staff. Everybody, the way that they keep your beer mug filled, the fellowship, the revelry, the atmosphere, sitting outside on these Sanford streets, people watching, the dogs walk by.
Get up there in the beer garden. They've got Uberkeller, their tapas-style German cuisine up there. Great
Desserts,
bar.
that gets a 10 as well.
Yeah. I mean, and the greatest part, too, if you're a parent, they got really good kids' choices and kids' menu.
To see. The kids aren't going to be bored. They get like gummy bears, goldfish, schnitzel, really good food, spatzel.
Some grilled cheese and some gummy bears and goldfish. And they're going to love it. Now, my sons love going to Hollabox. Then the adults get to have some delicious German food.
You can gorge yourself.
Yeah,
You like gorging? This is the, you want to gorge? Let's gorge.
Get a giant beer. Brendan and Scotty were out there, and they had giant beers.
Stupid hip.
It's Hollabox German Restaurant in downtown Sanford.
That song sort of remind me of the Lemon Twigs. That's the Stone Souls with No Sense of Time. Welcome back to A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I am Dan.
I'm Tom. John Busdecker's here.
Hey.
from
Hold on.
justcallmo.com.
You got my mic on? My mic on? All right. Did you break that?
There we go.
There you go.
There we go. It's working again.
Sounds okay.
Sign up to become a VIP member at justcallmo.com, and you can get a black VIP metal card.
Oh, yeah.
And invited to lots of VIP Mo events.
Oh, yeah.
Including dinners and lunches and Gatorland.
A lot of dinners.
And
I saw
theme
that you
parks.
had. I saw you guys moved to other things, but not just dinners, because that's to balance out a higher concentration.
And also,
of bigger people.
Two things. If you haven't got tickets to our bowling event, which is next Saturday, the 12th of April, get those now because we are not going to sell them at the door. I'm going to sell out. So get your tickets now. JustCallMo.com/bowling. We don't have any bowling left, but you can come and hang out.
Okay.
And then, speaking of VIP, later this year, we're going to do an event with you guys. And VIP is going to get first dibs on that. And that's all I'll say about it.
Yes, and that event's a family-friendly event.
Yes, it is.
And
Yep.
I think you're going to like it.
Right down Woodshed. We'll see you there.
Yeah, but you got to be a VIP to get the invite for that one. All you got to do is go to justcallmo.com/VIP.
Somebody in the chat room said they accidentally got 2 VIP cards.
Oh, man. That means they're the king of VIPs.
I think you got to send them both back, and now you're no longer. You've canceled out your VIP-ness.
So, Busecker, what do you know about crossing guards?
A little bit. I mean, I know they.
You
a lot
look like
of them,
one. You look like a crossing
Maybe
guard.
one day. I know the ones in Orange County, at least. I believe they work for the Orange County Sheriff's Office. I think across the county.
Yes,
we have 3. We have one is old black guy who's handsome. We have old handsome black guy. Then we have overly talkative black grandma. And then at the end we have Coheed and Cambria gay Claudio Sanchez. He looks like this lead singer of Coheed and Cambria, Claudio Sanchez. And he's got the big afro and he wears a visor and he's young and he wears Chuck Taylors. Way too young to be a crossing guard.
I know the woman by my house, she wears a cowboy hat and she's an old black grandma. And she waves to me every single day, and every single day I wave right back to her.
That's the classic. Like if I were making a character for like a model train set or for something you were doing, the crossing guard would be a happy black lady, like curvier. That's what it would be.
This
'Cause
woman
it's
wears
just
a
better.
cowboy hat and cowboy boots.
I like that.
Most days.
Well,
So-
I mean, country music.
She's
very,
great, though. She's
very
great.
popular right now.
Now, I don't know why, and it makes total sense now that I know the truth, but I just assumed that they were all volunteers.
That's what I thought too. That's why we're business partners. Because I argued with my wife. I said they're volunteers.
And that's stupid to assume because, of course, like if you're
look at them.
volunteers
They
and
all
never
look
show
like
up.
volunteers.
Yeah.
Like I look at them, I'm like, you got nothing going on. And your wife,
They do,
I look at good-looking black guy. I'm like, you're old. You raised your black daughters. You're good. You got nothing going on.
It is an older person job.
Claudio
in general.
Sanchez, he looks gay. I look at him a little bit. I'm like, you're confused. You got nothing going on. And I look at the old black grandma. I'm like, you're done. You got nothing going on.
So
It's coming in for a landing. They're all volunteers.
but it's a paid position, and
It
then
is.
I started looking it up, and then
You
like,
need a new job?
Orange County, the
No, I don't want you in my county. You go do Seminole.
Orange is hiring right now.
Oh, they're always hiring.
$17.31 an hour.
Yep.
Right now,
Hey.
it's 2 hours a day.
That's
only.
more than we were paying Sam. Oh, my God.
It's only 2 hours a day, which
That's all she had to
10 hours a
work.
week.
Oh, my God. We have the easiest schedule here.
So it's morning for an hour and afternoon
Yes,
for an hour.
yeah. So, but it translates to $173 a week.
It's kind of something to do for retirees. That's
Pre-tax.
really what it is.
Enough to buy cat food.
Yeah. But I
Yeah,
guess
yeah.
after tax is probably $150 maybe
Probably.
a week or less than even that.
And it's pretty early in the morning and relatively early in the afternoon.
And I did think perfect job for Daniel.
I'll do it.
I don't know. With the walker, though, you got to get out in the middle of the road.
That's
You might
what
not be
I
able
said.
to do it fast enough.
I said I want to do this. It is one of my dream jobs. I put it up there, and my
you could
wife's
probably get like a wheelie thing, like a scooter.
He's going to be off the walker.
Yeah,
Oh, all
I
right.
should be
Well,
off
I'll
of
believe it when I see it.
Like, well, I'm supposed to be off of it like this weekend.
What are
Like,
they? What are they called? The scooter things? What's the?
What are you talking about?
No, like a scooter. What are they
Electric
called?
scooter.
What do you mean, like a hover round?
No, yeah. What's it called? There's like a name for a gopher.
A personal
A go-go.
Go? Is it a go-go?
go-go.
That's what my mom calls it.
Where's my go-go?
So yeah.
Oh, rascal.
Rascal. That's
There
what
it
it
is.
is. That's
Thank
what
you.
it is.
It's a very
Thank you.
joke
Thank
about
you.
So this, if you think about it though, if you lived by a school, right? And
I do.
you
Which
just
most
want-
people do. to.
You want
unless you're a pedophile, you're not allowed to live by the school.
And you want just some little bit of extra income. Like you could be a crossing guard, and they pull in. I think it's like I said, $692 a month. That's pre-tax money, and it's like an easy job for you to go out there and do.
I mean, there's a responsibility. I mean, especially if there's a lot of kids that are there.
I don't think it's easy because, like, at our school, there's so many parents, and the parents are such assholes that I see there's a lot of horn honking and weirdness that.
No, it's easy.
Plus,
I don't know, man.
Dude, you wait till kids come one across the street, then you walk to the middle of the street to hold up a sign, and then the kids cross.
It's not the most difficult job.
No, it's not the most
we
difficult.
can agree on
I'm just
that.
saying there
It's not
are
even
some people
difficult at all.
There are some people that wouldn't want to do it just because you run the risk of having a confrontation.
I don't think anybody has confrontations with the crossing guard.
I'll bet some do.
I see them
some
all the
people are
time.
in a hurry. They don't want to stop, or they don't. They're trying to turn. Why do I have to stop? And
I've seen them more than
I'm
4
sure.
times at mine.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
What do they do?
They just like, what are you doing? The crossing guard will be like, I told you to stop, and they're like yelling.
Yeah. Oh, but the person that stopped, they're like, oh shit, they're not yelling back.
Or sometimes they're like, you told me to go. Like, it's.
Plus, you got people on their phones. They're not paying attention.
Yeah. I guess.
Oh,
so.
not around here.
I know when I worked at the sheriff's office, that's where the headquarters of school crossing guards are, because there's a woman that was in charge of like all the crossing guards across the region, because there's certain crosswalks that are probably busier than others, so that's where you got to have people. And if there's like a lot of kids walking to school in certain neighborhoods, you got to make sure you have a crossing guard there. And so she was in charge of all that, and she probably had an assistant or two. But every year, like mostly around the beginning of the year, they had to like recruit crossing guards, because they always need crossing guards, because it's not like a full-time job and a career. But before the school season or school year started, they had to train them. So they had to do all the training, and they would do it in the parking lot at the sheriff's office. So, like, there's a crosswalk, and you would learn, like, how to put your sign up and how to put it down and, like, how to stop traffic. And, yeah, it's not as simple as just giving them a stop sign and saying, go out and do it. There was training.
Andrea's helping
What you described was simple.
You think so?
Put your stop
and
sign
you got
up.
a whistle, too, that you got to blow
Andrea
sometimes.
sees more of this. She does more pickup with May because it's early, but she says there are tons of confrontations in our neighborhood. The parents are mainly mad because when you walk out and you stop traffic, right, you're stopping all traffic.
Yes.
And then in Baldwin, they're mad because they can't turn. The kids are walking on the left side. Imagine you're wanting to turn right, and you can, but the kids are walking on the left, and they won't let them. And then they'll lay on the horn, they'll yell.
They need to relax.
I would drive by for years because I would go that way around 3:30 when when school got let out every day. So I passed by.
But it is easy. But I'm just saying there's confrontations, especially around here, because we have a thick one. It's
a lot of entitled people around here in Baldwin.
I don't like it.
What I'm interested in is
a lot of Brocks around here.
Is there has there been a crossing guard that's been fired?
I'm sure.
Now, not just for not showing up, but for being bad at their job.
It rains a lot here in Florida. It's very hot here in Florida. I'm sure some people are like, I don't want to go there today and sit out in the rain all morning.
Yeah, okay, here's another one that Andrea will back me up on. We have had our crossing guard no call, no show.
Oh, I'm sure.
Multiple times. Multiple times.
I mean, you pay somebody $17 an hour and they work 1 hour a week or a day.
No.
They might not have the incentive to always be there.
But I mean, like, has there been someone that is like something like, we have to fire this guy? He cannot get it right.
I'm sure.
What is
too dumb? You mean? Oh, I like that.
If people come walk across the street, then you walk out in the street, hold up a sign, then they cross, then you go back to your post.
I mean, possibly they weren't paying attention, and like a kid goes out and they're not watching,
like looking at their phone.
Well, technically, just based on what you just did, you have to put the sign up.
Yeah.
And you can't put it down until you hit the side of the street.
But I don't think anybody cares if they did.
No, but I'm just saying, I looked at what you were doing. If I were grading you, I'd be like, you did it wrong. Because you got to hold it up, and then when you keep it up until you get to the end, then you put it down.
Yeah, but I've
seen them.
No one's grading the job that someone's doing, like, oh, this guy's doing good, bad.
Maybe your friend?
I don't show up.
Do you think she ever does secret shopper
Maybe,
on them and pops
possibly.
by?
But I'm sure parents are probably watching too, and if the person's not doing a good job,
well, your demeanor matters, right?
Yeah.
Like, you got to chirp a little bit. Mm-hmm. That's why you probably threw my hat in the ring, is because, like, you don't want a quiet crossing guard. You want the crossing guard to be like, well, hello there, Mary. How you doing?
All right, right. Well,
What does he, I guess?
Okay, well, let's talk about this. So there's a crossing guard that I pass by frequently that
One of mine or one of yours?
is a waiver, and there's lots of these. It's the and then they will waive the entire shift.
Yeah, black guy, good looking black guy's a waiver
to every car, right? Now, so and I pass by this person every day.
Do you wave back?
I feel compelled to,
Yeah,
or at
that's
least
a
I'm a
no.
dickhead.
That's a no.
No, yeah, I do.
God.
I wave back, but now it's at the
Power
point
of Christ compels it.
where I just put my hand up to acknowledge, like I'm like hello, and but I do feel like she's making me do it. They're not
making you. You have to wave to her.
Yeah,
but you're
if I
easily
don't,
controlled.
yeah, but if I don't, I'm a dickhead, right?
Yeah, you are.
You are. a
So
dickhead.
then you were making me do
If
it.
you don't wave at her, you're Brock Horner, and you're no different than him. You're the same man.
So you're making people wave back at you when
She's
maybe
trying
they
to-
don't
she's
want to
trying
wave.
put a little joy in your morning,
But is
and
it
make her
joy?
day go by a little
But what's
quicker.
the-
Do
Okay,
people get
so
joy from
I
waving?
do. I
So
wave
let's-
to that woman every
Let's
day.
analyze this. Let's analyze what the real problem is. The real problem
You hate
is
people.
If
No, it's not
that's
true.
not. He does not hate people.
Let
Let me
thank
do
you
a
for-
little defending my friend. He's not a monster. But let's say he chooses to drive by. You keep your hands right on that steering wheel, eyes straight ahead. You don't even look at her, and you just drive 15 miles an hour straight through there. She puts her hand up to wave, and you just hold fast and do not do it. What goes on in your mind? Describe it to me, because that's the problem. That's the real thing, is that she's doing it. You're allowed as an American to not do anything.
I know.
Why can't you do it? What is the feeling? Describe it.
Because if I was her, I was waving and then someone rides by and
Yes.
doesn't pay attention to
Project.
me, I'd be like, what a dickhead. Of course.
And you don't want to be there because you're not a dickhead.
Yeah, well, because
so
if-
you wave.
Of course, because if
Yeah.
you don't wave, then you are why are you so grumpy, you dickhead?
Yeah.
You're brighten your day a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Your kids are in the car. You're just gonna see. You're gonna have them.
Brighten your days.
You're gonna have
Wait a
them
minute.
look at you, not wave, and you're like, well, your kids are gonna be like, "Why are you so grumpy, Dad?" You're not waving at the nice lady that's she's volunteering her time.
She's not volunteering. She's not paid.
Well,
But
that's
we
what
used
they
to
think.
think that. We thought that until today.
I didn't know they
okay?
get paid $17 an hour.
Every day I would wave to that guy too until like I thought my wife was an idiot because she was like, "No, they get paid." I'm like, "They don't get."
$17 an hour. That's too much. That is too much, right?
I think we cut it. Like if I were Orange County Doge, I'd cut it.
Yeah?
I'd
No
cut it.
crossing guards?
No, we'd volunteers.
Oh, well, you think
I'd
you
put
get
it
any?
back. I'd put it back on volunteers. I think they'll be the best crossing guards we've ever
I don't think
seen.
you'd get any.
No, I probably wouldn't.
Can you, make the lights flash or something? There's got to be a way to cut them out. Put some sort.
The lights.
Is there some sort of a sign
Why don't
installation?
do they have them in Europe? I don't think they have them in Europe. I think European kids just run to school. They dodge cars. I don't think they have crossing guards in Europe.
Yeah.
And I know they don't have them in South America and Africa.
Probably not.
I feel like
That's not a thing.
if I saw some kids wanting to cross the street, I'll stop. Good
Yeah, I
American.
would too.
And let them stop.
I always saw for kids.
But they're not. Not everybody does, though. Not everybody
well,
does.
I mean, that's life. You know?
It's a survival of the fittest situation.
I mean, maybe we wouldn't be in the mess we're in right now if our children were tougher and our crossing guards would,
So, Crystal put on a documentary last night.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Crystal put on lingerie. I was like, I'm ready for that.
Why didn't we kick off with this?
And about dogs.
Okay.
And it was fascinating.
Hold on a second. She's trying to get you. She's laying it on thick, isn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The boys are watching. They're like,
Why is she doing that? That's not fair. Look, I'm your friend, and I like giving you shit, but that's not fair.
Yeah. And also, I'm
wait, you
we
want a
don't-
dog?
No,
No,
I don't.
he does not want a dog.
all right.
But I know.
We're never getting one.
Look,
Bob.
No? I got
know
3. I'll give you one.
I know Crystal's techniques because
Does she want a dog?
Some would say that I use them because I'm an emotional person as well. And the technique of putting on the documentary of something that you want to hopefully get the other 2 members of the house on your side to bully your
Why
dad.
don't you want a dog?
Now I see people with like multiple dogs. I'm like, you've built yourself a prison.
He's not wrong.
You've built yourself.
He's not
You
wrong.
have 2 kids.
15-year
He's
prison.
not wrong. I
Yeah,
can't
well,
walk.
they can pick up shit and get to work.
I can't walk anymore, and so now I need my dog, and so I
To go get things
I
for you?
welcome the prison because he's my only friend.
Wait, is that the only reason? Because you don't want to be in prison with a dog?
No, it's because we leave town a lot or whatever, and then that's going to cause.
They like adventures. They're like the adventure people.
okay.
They like traveling, staying on the go, and dogs don't really fit into that.
Yeah, it's going to cause Crystal. We can't leave the dog again with my mom. We have to not do that.
I just have a house sitter. He just watches the whole house.
Yeah, how much is that?
$50 a day.
Well, that's cheap.
I know it is. That's why I can do it.
I mean, that is.
I can't tell you who it is, though.
Yeah.
He's my guy.
Because he's a pedophile.
Don't just name a scenario that's only relevant to you. For the rest of the people,
But that's what you do on every show.
People have to pay $50 for a dog watcher to come over twice a day.
Oh, I know.
$100.
I hit the jackpot.
Anyway, so I saw this dog documentary, and then it talked about like the evolution of dogs, and I was like, I never knew a lot of the shit that they were talking about. And one of the aspects of that differentiates like a wolf, because obviously all dogs came from wolves, but as wolves basically evolved with humans, the ones that were friendly to humans lived longer and passed that trait on because they basically just followed humans around. Humans were more efficient hunters, and the dogs would just eat the scraps. So the friendlier the dog or the wolf,
so we made dogs gay.
That trait became evolved into more than more, and then also dogs evolved this thing that they can do with their eyes that other animals can't do, which is show the whites of their eyes. It's called like whale eyes or whatever. Everybody can understand, like, when a dog looks up and then has like droopy, you see they're like,
for sympathy.
Yeah. Because
I fall for it all the time.
Yeah,
I'll give you kisses right on your belly if you do that.
Yeah, and so other animals don't do that. Like wolves and other animals, they don't show the whites of their eyes, but dogs do, because that was a trait, and they basically evolved muscles in their eyelids that allow them to do that. That trait caused dogs to live longer because humans, and then dogs they mimic human face reactions. So dogs can make happy, sad, anxious, depressed, different faces.
Curious, we see it.
And they're mimicking off of humans over evolution. There's another thing that I found fascinating too. They did this experiment where dogs can recognize pointing by humans, which even monkeys can't. Which you think they can because they're closest relative, right?
Remember Caesar, my Westie?
Yeah.
When he lost his hearing, Dr. DeVee, our vet, told me that I could train him using pointing.
We did that.
That dog, I could just go, I could point at anything and he'd do it. Like I could point to a couch, he'd get on it. I could point to go inside, he'd do it. I could do thumbs back, he'd come to me.
If I put my hand up like this with one of my dogs, she'll sit because she knows the sit.
Because she knows the sign.
Yeah.
That's different than a little bit different than the pointing. That's training, like you're training with. We're talking about just humans. So they did this experiment with young puppies, right? And this is primarily a human trait. Like human babies can do it, and dogs, but monkeys can, and other animals can't.
Do they have an explanation for
yes,
that?
because so apparently through evolution, like in some sort of deep ingrained thing in domesticated dogs' brains, like they would show puppies. They'd have two bowls with treats under them, and both bowls would have treats, so it's nothing to do with smell, whatever. And the scientist or whatever, the trainer, would just point at a bowl, and then the dog would go to the bowl that the human pointed at. Unlike a monkey, where they did this experiment with monkeys, and the monkey wouldn't do it. They didn't understand baby monkeys. Like you could train them to.
Because of the lack of relationship with humans and baby monkeys, have we been pointing with dogs so long that it's now in their DNA?
Yes.
That's fucking mind blowing, dude.
Yeah, and babies can do it because that helped babies survive too. Obviously, gestures and pointing. So, like a baby, the same thing. You could point at.
What's this documentary? I want to watch this.
It's something on Netflix about dogs. I don't even know I thought it was some shit about pets and like just the cute, but since it was evolution, it got me in because I love all that, and I love the fact that you can start tracing some of these features, and then also I love the fact that it shows that dogs just have evolved to like these traits kept them alive, and they're just doing that. And it's not because they think like humans and they have human emotion, like other dog owners want to be like, my dog's sad. He's showing them. He's like,
no, I'm along for the ride because I want to live.
He's just doing what's ingrained into his evolutionary brain.
Yeah, he didn't have a choice.
Made him survive. Like he's just, that's an animal.
Well, I would imagine there's no choice made because that's an evolutionary choice, which is over how long?
Yeah.
I'd love to know a number of how long they think that this pointing. How long did it take to get? You see what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, hundreds of thousands of years or whatever. I mean, how long did humans?
I know
evolve?
more recently. Like my wife will talk about this, like with border collies, especially because like one of their jobs is to herd sheep. Like I'm pretty sure that's one of their jobs. And so people who get dogs like that and don't let them not necessarily herd sheep, but like be active. Like if you get a border collie, but you live in an apartment in a city. The dog has been trained, or not trained, but has evolved.
To do
its job is to do that, and then you don't let it do that at all. Like you don't take it for long walks, you don't let it run, and then you wonder why the dog might be a little crazy. It's because for hundreds of years that was what its job was to do.
Yeah. It evolved to do this thing that you're now not letting it do.
Or anything remotely like it.
I'd be like, it's happy just sitting. And that's also they were talking about like the huskies and the dogs that pull dog sleds and stuff. Like they enjoy doing this.
Yeah,
you know,
they're not supposed to live in Florida either.
No,
because it's so hot here.
And then
brutal, man.
There's other dogs that is like, they want to work. That's what. That's when they thrive. Is when they're And they also talked about like training and it's pretty interesting how they pick different dogs' personalities. Like every dog in a litter has a different personality and
like a unique.
Yeah, and
like snowflakes,
and it's kind of like a different nose print,
but
like
not in the joke, not in the joke way.
But when they're training dogs, they can tell they'll put a treat in a box that is basically impossible to open. So there's two types of dog personalities. One dog personality that will just keep trying to open the box and no matter what, and then another dog personality that will go to the box, try look around, see that, and then turn to the human and then look at the human. They also make eye contact, which is another thing they evolved to do, but they'll look at the human to help, right? So then the dog that looks at the human to help, they use more for service animals, and the dog that will never nonstop try to open the thing, they'll use as like a police dog, a search and rescue dog, a dog that basically won't stop until they accomplish the task.
I've had both dogs. We actually have a service dog that didn't make it as a service dog, so she's
then they talked about
she's one of my dogs. So.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
So she got all the training, but just like
she couldn't be left alone. She started whining and got anxious, but she's like the perfect dog.
But she's sweet.
Yeah.
I love it.
The amount it's so funny with the service dog because when you see a real service dog, like they train them where if you drop a piece of steak in a restaurant or something, it will not eat it. It'll just sit there. And it's so trained that
that's how you know a real one.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. It's so impressive.
But I like the rich ladies with a shivering pee-pee Yorkie that's just pissing itself, scared of
diarrhea in her purse.
This is my anxiety dog. Like, does it have anxiety? Because it's scared out of its mind on an airplane. It's like the service dogs are fucking
they're like soldiers.
Yeah. They are
trained. Like a trained soldier.
Yeah. It's pretty crazy how well you could train a dog to do whatever it is.
The really top tier assistant ones, and they're normally like your stereotype. You're like your golden.
I have a black lab, but
or like black labs. Like you'll see them like the ones that like can do the things where they have the special. I don't know if you've seen this. They have special counters where the dog can go up the counter and open like a cabinet and shit.
Oh yeah.
It's wild because the dog is doing all the stuff up top, and then the person is still able to function, and it's like, well, you're fine.
I mean, mine can shut cupboards and pick up stuff. Like she gets the
badass.
Like she gets the newspaper every day. Like if I sit on my porch,
newspaper.
Yeah. It's almost like one reason I don't get rid of the paper. If I sit on my porch, she can walk all the way out to the driveway and grab it and come back. I'll just yell, Hermione, go get the paper.
I can one up you. My dog can hit the red end button when Cliff from the Orlando Weekly calls me. My dog can hit it. It's like, we don't want to buy. My dog knows that Cliff from the Weekly is bothering him.
I'm going to tell your dog, you're wasting your life here. You're getting the newspaper.
You want to take a break, buddy?
Let's take a break. When we come back, we'll do some voicemail, maybe a couple email.
Yeah. The name of the band, Fair Panic. The name of the song is Oh My. Be right back with more A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. myeternalvitality.com. That's Dr. Powers.
Yep.
Here's the update. My wife has really been dialing in, counting her macros, and using Dr. Powers' nutrition plan.
Yep.
She loves Dr. Powers' nurse because each week she gets a phone call, personalized little video of like, here's where you're at. Here's how you're dialing it in. I'm here to tell you my wife's down about 15 pounds.
Yeah.
And this is not, she's not doing any weight loss drugs or weird things. This is just count what you eat, put it in your phone, and no big deal.
Yeah, you're counting the carbs, the fat, and the protein that you eat.
And
it's
guess
the macros.
what? With my hip and the fact that I can't do anything, I'm having to eat it too. And I'm dialing it in too. It's awesome.
And then Dr. Powers is going to check your body mass, how much fat to muscle ratio you have to dial in how many macros. Like, it's a whole program. Plus, I know Andrew has been dialing in her hormones too. As you age, your hormones change. And you could be fighting a losing battle where your body's trying to store fat.
Well,
your cortisol levels out of control.
I mean, something as simple as, like, ladies, regulating your temperature, right?
Yeah,
It's something that
go through
Andrea
menopause, it screws you up. Yeah.
Or even premenopause. That is a real thing that women struggle with. You see Holly Berry's all over the news talking about it.
Or if you're a guy, your testosterone starts getting bottoms out. It's super low, causes you to store fat, your brain fog, lack of energy, a lack of libido.
Yeah, just go talk to Dr. Powers. I mean, that's all that we say. Just go, hit him up and see where you're at.
Get tested. You can go take a survey on online at myeternalvitality.com. It's free. It's a free consultation. If you tell them you're a Tom and Dan listener, it's free to talk to them.
Yeah, man.
And I suggest you do it because you can feel better. You could look better.
Well, don't you want to live a long time? So
you can live a long time.
Whether it's nutrition, whether it's just overall health, whether it's sleep, hit him up. It's myeternalvitality.com.
That person's doing it. They must be doing something right.
Welcome back to A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I am Dan.
I'm Tom.
Bustecker is here. We're closing out a Friday. My hat's all screwed up.
My Tigers are playing right now, actually. I better check in on them. My Detroit Tigers. It's opening day in Detroit.
Yeah, better than the Braves. Stinky Braves. Not
we dropped the first three, but we're 2-3, I think.
Dropped the first 7.
How do you baseball players get excited about it?
Opening day in Detroit is like a huge deal.
Yeah, but there's so many games that in one game it's like, win or lose.
They know there's so many games. They've accepted it already.
That's true.
Should we do mail on mail and close out the day? All right, do I have that thing here? I used to have mail on mail. Where is it? There it is.
Hey guys, thanks for calling 1-800-HOT-DICK, the place to find real action with real men. To make it even better, we've got new low prices. So low, we're practically giving it away free.
If you are a man seeking a woman, press 1. If you are a woman seeking a man, press 2. If you are a man seeking a man, press 3.
Mail on mail.
Mail on mail brought to you by TomandDanWateringHoles.com. It is our bar and brewery partnership that we have, and there's a lot of good bars and breweries and restaurants on there. Just go to Tom and Dan Watering Holes or TomandDan.com and
get drunk, get naked.
I like the fact that we've had the same intro for that for a long time, and now I'm kind of leaning towards never changing. It's frozen in time.
What do you mean?
For our entire career.
For mail on mail, you mean?
Or everything. Just like, because...
Oh, yeah, we can't get rid of anything anymore. Like, remember when I changed the intro? They're coming from my head.
So think about
Kill him!
So I'm fascinated with this, Bustecker, and I think about it high all the time.
You've been saying fascinate. See? Fascinate. Yeah. They even say it in the chat room. They're like, he's fascinated.
So let's say a show like Seinfeld, right? It's a lot more complicated to put on than a lot of like your podcasts or YouTube shows or whatever.
I'm glad you didn't directly compare
because I got to watch it. It's more complicated. or pay attention.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying with the actors and you got a director. But that show ended because of obviously with Larry David and stuff. They planned the ending. But
all right, spit it out.
Well, essentially,
come on.
It's like these shows. If they weren't, beholden to the rules of old school entertainment industry where it's like there has to be an end, right? They just go on forever, right? And just seemingly as long as everybody wanted.
Bob's Burgers and The Simpsons, as of yesterday, got 5 more years.
Yeah.
Huh, but those are both animated, so it's a different animal,
An American
too.
Dad and one other one. but they all got 5 more years, which I'm like, God damn, how long is The Simpsons
I
been
think
going?
Family Guy is hilarious. I don't know what I mean, it's been on as long.
Bob's
as that.
Burgers gets the nod in our house, but yeah, it's like.
But let's say, like, Joe Rogan and his producer could do a podcast
forever
until they die.
Yeah.
Right? It's just
But it's a lot easier to do that than a whole show.
It is true, but I know that. But I'm just saying.
Also, it's not fiction, right? Like,
and then
Seinfeld
never change.
was a creative idea that somebody has to sit down and cleverly write. You know, like, whereas just like, hey, this happened to me. It was pretty funny. That's not
I mean, there's how many people work on Rogan's show, you think? Total.
Probably a lot.
I think
50?
I think they've said it. I think it's 11.
Okay.
They've
11,
reported it before because it is still really low.
I mean, there's probably 150.
It's a lot lower than you think.
But you know, it's like you hear the old school term of like you had to constantly reinvent yourself or whatever. But what if you don't? What if you just frozen in time and just did the show that you've always done and never changed, same intro, same bits or whatever?
Well,
like, can it just go 50 years or 40 years?
Let me ask you this question. You have to always reinvent yourself. That phrase only worked at that time.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
now,
maybe
like,
you just freeze in time.
Everything's different. Like, I feel like now more than ever, you're supposed to like hold on to the way you're doing things because people like it and give them more of what they like until they tell you they want you to reinvent yourself.
Yeah, but maybe they don't. Maybe people just want the same shit. You know, it's like, why?
I hope they do, because that's what we're giving you.
Like, it's been the same shit for 15 years.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
100%.
And then
that's all I got.
What's weird is like you start getting into like AI and like, will there be a point where could you tell AI to just mimic episodes and then give me new episodes of The Office? Like back in the Steve Carell, like the season 3 through 5 or whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying?
It's coming because that's why I showed you last week about the memes that I can make where the picture of Steve Carell isn't even real.
But wouldn't that be a point in time that can't happen again? Like like season 3 of The Office, like that happened in 2008, 5, something like that.
Yeah. Yes,
that can't happen again.
Well, what I'm saying,
mean, you can AI it. You're
that's
right.
what I'm saying. Like,
but you're not where you were in that time.
That's
frame,
true.
and
But would I just
so
watch?
It doesn't hit the same. Is that what
I
you're
don't
saying?
know. Maybe it would.
Would I just watch a mimic? Like, say AI was able to mimic it, and it looked real, and then it would just put together a new plot.
Possibly.
Would I watch it every night until death because I like The Office? You know what I'm saying?
But
would I never get tired of it?
But you wouldn't have connection to those episodes because they'd be new to you. So you might.
But I
watch
want
it.
But I want new.
But you don't want new.
I want new.
You want AC/DC.
You want
this
new
is what
old.
you want.
You want familiar.
Yeah, familiar.
Let's take new. Like you want familiar. You want new familiar is what you want.
Yeah. Something like, oh, I've never seen this, but it's the comfort of the familiarity.
Which is like when they do like
when I never get tired of it.
It didn't work like this, but I'll give you an example. Like when Bob Odenkirk and David Cross and the cast of Mr. Show rebooted Mr. Show. I want to say like 7 years ago or so.
Same with the X-Files.
5 years ago, I got triggered. I was like, oh shit, my favorite sketch comedy show is coming back. I love it. I can't wait. I want it to be exactly what it was, and
but
it wasn't. And it wasn't. And
but did they try to do exactly what they did?
Kind of, but
they wanted to do new.
No, not really. They did it the way that they did it, but to go with kind of what Busdecker's saying, I don't know if I changed.
Yeah.
You did. Everybody changed.
But when it hit me, it didn't land the same. Like it felt. I don't know. It's very hard to articulate even what I'm saying. It didn't land.
I mentioned the X-Files. When they revamped the X-Files and Mulder and Scully came back, it's just different than it was from the 90s. It's a different show, even though it's the same
AI
show.
could do it because they would be able to emulate the period of time. Maybe that's what we lack as humans, is that we can't emulate that frozen in time 06, 07.
Everything changes, right?
Yeah.
It has to. But that's what that. So it's like The Walking Dead. Like obviously it was super popular, and then they kept doing shows, and most people fell off.
I fell off. I loved it. I fell off.
So most people haven't watched like dozens of episodes, right? But it existed, but we fell off, even though they were kind of offering the same thing. It got repetitive.
Yeah, at some point they're running from zombies.
So what do we like the repetitive and the same shit, or do we not?
I think it depends on what it is.
I think like with The Walking Dead's a good example. Like at some point, shows should just end. Like you don't need 25 seasons of some shows, like dramas especially. Like a lot of times you could probably wrap it up in 3 or 4 seasons and be done with it. Lost is a good example of that. I mean, there's like 8 seasons of Lost or something like that, and the ones in the middle are pretty rough.
They lost their way. Yeah.
But it's great. Like if you watch those first 2 seasons of Lost, awesome.
Oh, it's terrific.
Awesome.
Let's jump into emails and voicemails. This one is from Sebastian Monkey Knuckles Gonzalez. That's what he says. It says, "Hey guys, longtime listener here. I've been listening since my dad won some Monster Jam tickets on a prize segment on the Monsters. So at this point, I think I can say I've probably been listening to you guys ramble longer than I haven't. I started listening when I was around 8 or 9 years old. I'm 23 years old now.
Oh my
I still
gosh.
vividly...
He's a kid.
Yeah, he said, I still vividly remember Tom doing some monster truck stuff during a segment at that show to which I was completely won over. Keep up the great work, guys. From a lifelong fan, Old Monkey Knuckles."
God, that he started listening when he was 8, and now he's 23.
23.
Yeah.
He's a kid. I'm Brock yelling at him.
He's going to be yelling at you on a boat.
I
one
will
day.
board your boat, and I expect you to blow my head off if I do that. I expect you to blow my head off.
There is a generation of listeners that listen with their parents that now
But it's always a
listen to
young
us.
boy. You know what I want? And maybe this makes me
You want a
crazy,
young girl.
but I want a 23-year-old girl to say, like, you know what? I've always thought you were cute. And my dad would be driving me to school, and I'd hear you. I heard the Serial Lover song and all that. And, you know, I want to blow you. No, I don't.
That's never happened. You think it would happen once, but it's never
I just
happened.
want him to say it. I'm not going to do anything. Plus, she's 23 in the example. It's totally fine. But if she came up and she's like, yeah, my dad would be taking me to fishing or taking me to school, and I'd listen to you. And, you know, I always dreamed, and now I'm looking at you now, a 48-year-old man with a hip replacement. Let me blow you real quick.
But, you know, so, like some fat radio slobs get hot girls.
Yeah,
which is like
most fat radio slobs.
And
I think we're not as fat as we've ever been. Like, we give a fuck about what we're doing to ourselves, especially you, and I'm dialing mine in. But fat radio slobs are still killing it out there. They're still
What are you
killing
guys
it.
doing wrong?
I don't know. Everything. I don't know. Let's do a voicemail.
Too good a shape, maybe.
Let's go with this one. Right. Let's go with this one. I thought this one was interesting for Busdecker because this one is from our friend the historian. Haven't heard from him in a while.
Hey, Tom and Dan. Have a interview request for you guys to do. I was wondering if you know anyone that has moved outside of the U.S. and lived somewhere for a period of time that they really enjoyed, or maybe we have listeners or BDMs that do live somewhere else other than the United States and enjoy it. My world is very small, so I don't know what it's actually like to go live somewhere else. And I thought it would be interesting to hear what the process was like for moving there, what the implications are when you get there. How do, if you have a remote job, do you have to pay taxes multiple places? I've Googled a lot of these things, but it would be interesting to hear from a perspective that has to collectively face all of those obstacles at once and see if it was worth it. Do they enjoy it? What are some benefits we might not know, etc.? Love the show.
Well, looks like Mr. Historian gets a taste of tariffs and wants to fly the coop. No, I'm kidding. I do know my good friend Dave moved to France for this entire year, so I can reach out to him and maybe we can interview him about...
I went to school for 6 months abroad.
Where at?
Manchester, England.
No, really? How was that?
Really?
It was great. It was fantastic. I was 22, I think.
22? Oh, my God, you could get yelled at by Brock Horner.
Where'd you live?
I lived in like a dormitory with other students.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was at Salford University, which is outside of Manchester, and the property was like an old racehorse course, like 200 years ago, and then they turned it into student housing.
That's dope.
And my room was like half the size of your studio, and it was like a bed, a desk, and then that was it. And then we all shared a kitchen, all the people that lived in my dorm, and then there was one right next door to it, and then there was like 50 of them all across the campus.
Did you get like a crazy British bucktooth blowjob from some girl?
So there's two things with it. First, it's funny I remember And I was an adult when I realized, like, you can't just go to other countries and just stay there. Like I thought.
I think I just learned that a couple of years ago. I thought you could just go anywhere.
I was like, what do you mean? Hold on, I'm American.
I can do anything I want. My mom and dad have told me I can be anything and I can go
I
anywhere.
can just go to Australia and then just get a job and live there, right? Like, no, it's the same shit as here. Like, you have to apply for a green card. You have to go.
It's a process.
And then, and to become a citizen is a whole pain in the ass. And then second, just living somewhere else is the same shit as living here. And I'll explain. Like, you end up living the normal human life, which is you wake up, you probably go somewhere to make some money, you go to the fucking grocery store, you go to the movies, you know what I'm saying? And it's just in a different country.
It's
Same
the same
shit.
thing. It's just like colder, rainier. And people
There's different
like
climates.
this day.
City, not city, whatever, but it's the same shit. You just live the same life, just somewhere else at a different point in the globe. Like, unless you're changing your entire way of living.
No, but for a little while, because my buddy Dave, who lives in France, like, he'll say things. He's like, can't wait to have you come visit me.
Where does he live?
He's living in Paris.
All right.
And then he'll be like, look right out. Look, this is where the kids play. And then he'll photograph, like, this park, and there's, like, a statue of, like, Jean-Pierre Benet and he's, like, on a horse. And then there's, like, people with berets. There's, like, a mime in the back. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
That's an AI photo.
I know, but it's real. No, it's real. And I'm like, get out of here.
But that is certainly a different way of living than, like, how we live.
Well, that's closer than to living in New York City, though.
Yeah,
like,
I would agree. Big
But
city.
you're right. You still go to the grocery store. You still go to work.
It's the
you still
same.
go home.
Yeah, it's just
you're just walking instead of driving.
There's just minor differences. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's like New York City, Paris. It's like, okay, the language is different, the culture's different, but it's still a city, and it's essentially the same
If you've seen London,
shit.
you've seen France. You've seen naked ladies' underpants.
You get on the subway, it smells like pee-pee. There's homeless people. They just either speak French or
You can buy a Heineken
English.
from a Haitian underneath the Eiffel Tower.
And you probably don't even go to tourist spots. Just like you don't go, if you're in New York City, you don't go to fucking Times
No, but
Square.
he does say things like this. That I know they sound annoying, and they're not, but they're real. He'll say things like, "Took the kids to a French brunch. They had them build your own puppet, like thing going on. The kids made their own puppets and then stayed to learn puppetry." And I'm like, okay, come on. It looks crazy. It looks like what you think they would be doing in France.
And there's another thing that I've learned as I got older, where the grass is always greener on the other side. And then guess what? Once you go to another country and you start living there, you're going to be like, I'm bored of this too. As if, like the same thing where if you're like get a divorce or
satisfaction can mean something different to everybody, right?
Yeah.
My sister lives in Canada. That she's lived there for 25 years now.
Yeah. And there's certain things that may suit you better than others, but essentially it's very small. Like where you live usually is dictated by the very small community rather than the nation itself. You see what I'm saying? Like people are like, oh, I'm going to go this place because of the stereotype of this, and it's like no, wherever you live is the reality of what it is. It's not it's not, nothing's changed. Like it all matters what's your neighborhood. You fucking go to the grocery store, your neighbors, that all dictates the reality.
I will say,
of the situation.
I would encourage people to move away if they can at some point in their life.
Yeah,
even if you come back, like it is for me at least. Like I did move away from where I grew up.
Yeah,
and I'm glad I did because I never thought I would. I mean, I don't want to say I never thought I'd leave, but like I have friends that stayed and they're fine. They have kids. They raise their families and all that. But like I'm glad I got to live in some different places to see some different parts, at least of the United States.
I'm glad I got to live alone too. That's another thing I think people should do. Live alone so you know what it feels like to sit in a dark apartment and want to kill yourself. How sad it is. We got a phone call. Hey, thanks for calling A Mediocre Time. Who's this?
I hope it's Mo.
Hello.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
Hey guys, what's up? I didn't expect you to pick up. Hey, it's Chuck out in Aspetulla.
Oh, right on, man. What's on your mind? We're closing out the show.
We've been waiting for your phone call.
Real quick before you start, the place you live in reminds me of Ass Tulip, and it always has. And every time I hear Aspetulla,
we think of someone shitting the inner rim of their butthole out, which I didn't think was possible. And if I were God, I would go back and be like, make a mark by it. That's a design flaw, because I don't think, and it's normally women. And women should not be shitting out the inner lining of their assholes.
Yeah, it's from pushing too hard for babies.
It is
Or
a
they
pushing too hard.
push their
And you
butthole
can't do
out.
anything about it. Once you get that, you always have that. And sometimes it stays out like a tail. And then you have to have your husband tuck it in, and it looks like a possum tail. It's crazy
ahead.
pink.
Well, I was listening to the show where you guys were listening to Kenny's voicemail about the Deion Sanders hot dog cooker
Yep.
or hot dog roller, and it reminded me when I was a kid, there used to be a thing, Dan maybe remembers it because he's about my age. It was just a little box, and it had 6, I don't know, like thorns on either side, and you would hook the hot dog between the thorns and then plug it in, and it would electrify the hot dog to cook it.
I've never heard of this. No, hold on. I'm at right. Electric hot dog thorn cooker. All right.
It's just like these little metal spikes. They just look like thorns, and you sort of thread the hot dog, one end to the other, and then you plug it in.
I just want
and
to
it would
say,
just like shoot electricity through the hot dog and
hot
cook 'em.
dogs are the easiest thing to cook. You either put them in the microwave,
Hold on,
put them in a boiling water, or just fry them on the stovetop. You don't need all these contraptions to cook hot
So
dogs.
would it use electricity or the thorns just heat up?
Well, like the little thorn prong things would heat up when you plug it in, and then that would it would shoot electricity through the hot dog.
Hold on, I can't find anything
completing
about
the
this.
circle.
Are you currently on fentanyl, and do you need us to stick the needle in your chest?
So there's a difference between like say you put a stun gun, the 2 leads, you put that between a hot dog, and your electricity is shooting out of both leads.
I found it. I fucking found it. It's made by Presto. They don't make it anymore. I found it.
Yes, Presto.
It's made by Presto. I found this.
But does it actually use electricity?
Yeah,
or
it does. Yeah, it look. Hold on. Let me see if I can put this up for everybody to see.
It just heats up the rods, and the rods heat up.
No,
the hot dog.
I bet these things pop good. I bet they pop. Hold on. Here we go.
But why
Boom.
would you need that?
Here it is.
I mean, could you plug it into like your cigarette lighter?
There's the cord, and then here's what it looks like. It looks like a little. So what it looks like a cassette tape holder. Yeah. And you open the top, and you can put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hot dogs in it, and it sits between these little electrical slats, and then you plug it in.
Heats them up.
And it fries your hot dogs. It's a Presto. It's called the Hot Dogger, the Presto Hot Dogger.
Is there a video? Does electricity actually shoot out of both sides?
It might just heat it up. It might just create a current, and it creates
I think it just
heat.
creates the current. Yeah.
Okay. So the current itself heats it a hot dog.
I guess. Or maybe
here's the video.
All right, in the category of odd vintage appliances, I just got my new NOS hot dog electrocutor.
Thanks for calling, buddy.
If I can get this lid on, we're going to see if it works.
It looks disgusting already.
Right now, but I want to see what it does.
And you put the top on.
You actually stick the wieners onto the electrodes on either
old men
side.
call them wieners. My dad called them wieners.
Electrocutes the hot dogs. So, here we go.
Stop! Killed him.
We're just going to sit here for 6 minutes and watch them heat up?
60 seconds. It says
is that what it is?
It says it only takes 60 seconds.
Okay.
They're steaming. Look at that.
Electricity's going
into the dog.
So it's essentially, like you said, it just completes the circuit.
So wait, can you touch them while they're cooking, or is it going to electrocute
probably
you?
blow your hand off.
It's probably a low.
Well, it can't be that low if it's heating it up.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Yeah, he's saying they're sizzling. It only takes 60 seconds.
I mean, maybe it's like an electric chair where it puts the current through you and fries you.
It cooks you from the inside.
Can we buy one of these? I feel like we should buy one.
It was $100 on eBay, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's not that bad. It's vintage. That's for vintage.
Doing that.
Was this pre-microwave this came out?
Gotta be.
Maybe.
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
But
yeah.
they still had stoves. You could still just put it on the stove.
Yeah, but a stove takes a while to heat. This is,
Jeez. If you need a hot dog that bad, you got bigger problems.
You take the tray out.
Well, think about it. Like
you can look at them steaming up, dude. Look at that. Look at how he's cooking these things good.
Has been just now.
Like to cook them on a pan or a stove would take a long time.
Oh my! What? 5 minutes?
Yeah, but these things stay in their own little thing. I'm actually pro the hot dogger. My dad would have bought this.
The microwave took they made this irrelevant.
I don't like a microwave dog. They split.
Yeah, I was gonna say it might explode in the microwave.
This will do the same thing as a microwave.
Probably.
Essentially heating them from the inside. That's what a microwave does.
Yeah.
Oh, I love the sound of a hot dog. Oh, listen to that. Oh, it's so good.
It's really the only thing you can make in there, though, right? I mean, what else would fit?
Sausages.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Other tubed meat.
Hot dog adjacent things.
You can put
Wow, no, look at it. It's split open, though.
Split them all. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's just.
Oh,
you
that
know,
looks like. I know what that looks like.
Electrical contacts.
What a weird thing.
Stick into the 2 holes up there.
Oh. Well, maybe that's
Simplicity defined.
Oh, nerd old man.
Simplicity
design.
Think about this guy. He buys vintage appliances.
I'm getting there. I'll be
puts them
ordering
on
a hot
YouTube.
dog.
How many views did that have? Maybe that's your channel.
I mean, probably a lot.
All right.
It was the first video that came up. So anyway, you want to get out of here?
Yeah, let's get out of here. Bustecker, we got the bowling tournament next weekend.
April 12th, Oviedo Bowling Center.
Yep.
Buy your ticket now because I ain't going to have any at the door. Don't even try to get in.
Those are done.
You need a ticket to get in and participate. Even like the bowling sold out, but you can play pinball.
Hang out.
Yeah, we've got another event planned with Mo coming up.
Secret.
Very
in
secret.
July.
Don't talk about
That's the plan, yeah. I
Family
already
friendly.
paid the deposit on it, so we're doing it.
And BDMs will all be invited as
Oh, yeah.
well.
Yep, you'll get
and
that
their
first.
families.
Except for one of you.
Yeah, you know who you are.
We're in a lot of trouble with you.
Yeah, and we're finally shutting that down.
Before we end, I will say I have to explain myself because so
What happened?
I appreciate you too.
Is this a redaction or an apology of some sort?
I was giving someone shit on our BDM page, but the only
You'd like to do that?
Yes, but
Who were you giving shit? Do you want to say their name and apologize?
Amy.
Amy.
But the only reason I gave her shit is because I
Didn't know what was going on and you just ran your mouth?
No, because she, in my mind, likes to play tough too and fuck around a lot.
Would you hurt her feelings?
No, I don't. Well, I don't know. People started coming to her
What,
defense.
you say, fuck you, you flapjack kitty bitch.
No.
Did you go full Brock
Did you
Horner?
jump on her boat?
You did the full Brock Horner on her, didn't you? Did you Brock her?
No. She was like, anybody know where I could find a $2,000 car? or
Oh, I
whatever.
saw that.
And you
Yeah,
didn't
I saw
help.
that.
You went snark.
No, I just said.
You went $2,000 car. You flapjack kitty
What
horn.
is this, 1992?
I'm the best goddamn car finder in the world.
What, do you want a Plymouth Neon?
I just said doesn't exist. You know?
That's helpful.
I guess it did, yeah. Well, I
Probably
don't-
true, though, to be fair.
Yeah, I know it's true, but I'm also fucking around giving someone shit that I know could take shit. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
But then people sometimes they see that they're like, "Why are you being such a dickhead, Tom?"
Yeah, they do think
especially in
that.
BDMs.
Yeah.
But I'm like, don't you know? Don't you have in your
Don't
mind?
you know what I'm doing?
Yeah, but doesn't everybody?
I'm the toughest motherfucker here.
You're gonna be tough like me. I'm a goddamn podcasting veteran, motherfucker.
I give people shit 300 days a year. I'm the best motherfucker shit giver.
Everybody in this fucking room is a goddamn podcasting war veteran, motherfucker.
But
You're gonna apologize.
But doesn't everybody have
Maybe.
in their mind like the persons they can give shit to and the persons that they shouldn't?
Yeah,
give
I
shit
do.
to?
Like I know you and I know we can give each other shit. We know that.
Yeah, but-
I know that I can give you shit.
No, but I don't give you shit on social media.
But you could.
Because I don't want you to take it because you'll take it emotionally.
No, I would probably think you're doing it as an extension of the show. I would. I really would. Like, I swear to God, I would.
But
I would ask Andrea. I'd be like, "Hey, is this an extension of the show?" She's like, "Yeah, you're an idiot. He's fine."
Yeah. But but that's what it is, and that's how we all should be.
We're really mean to Buzzdigger. In fact, you guys,
okay. I don't care.
you guys on
but
social media are like you used to on Twitter.
But just like me.
You guys used to go way too hard.
You think so?
On Twitter,
I
yeah.
can't even remember.
No, not going too hard. You give some shit. Yeah,
Real bad.
I like
real
that.
bad.
You said he hurt my feelings, I remember.
You said he had chlamydia.
No, we don't because we don't get upset about
I don't
fucking
care.
around. We actually take it. When someone gives me shit, I'm like, "Oh fuck you," but I don't get mad. But that's how. But it's a joke. joke. Like, I actually look at it like you're fucking around.
Right.
And,
Which you are.
And then if you, especially if you give shit, you got to be able to take shit.
Okay, so continue your apology to Amy.
Yeah, I'm not apologizing.
Okay,
I'm just explaining to the other people that because there's a bunch of comments that are like, well, fuck you, Tom. It does exist. I bought this car for my buddy for $1,500 10.5 years ago. And then I'm like, that's not an example of you being right. That's a horrible example. 10 years ago, you bought a $1,500 car for your buddy.
You know what this means? Nothing. It'll continue. That whole thing will continue.
And
Nothing was helped here.
And I explained myself, I also assumed the fact that she couldn't find one online means it doesn't exist. So that's also, I just made the assumption.
A light, why are you here?
Yeah, it's a little bit bullying.
Yeah,
that's part of it.
All right.
Anyway, I was just wanting to
That's
explain.
very good.
Just explain. Not apologize. Just explain.
No, apologize for
I
what?
think I can fix it. Very good. There we go. That's how you end it. That's good. That's perfect.
We didn't call her a stupid bitch or anything.
No, he wouldn't do that. He wouldn't do that.
That's too far. That's too far. I don't even think that. I'm just fucking around.
Guys, we will see you at Moe's. We'll see you at our BDM, the Big Appreciation Party. We really do appreciate you guys. For those of you who got the shirts, we're glad you did. If you didn't, there will be a few, just a few extras.
We ordered extra $5 shirts to sell at the BDM Appreciation Party. So if you missed that,
tons
you
of
can't
new
buy.
stickers.
We've got this.
Yeah, I love this shirt.
This new shirt that Eric's going to have for sale. So we got some new merch for sale.
Tons of new stickers, like funny ones. Like we went back to did a lot of silly stuff. We did some Florida-centric stuff, some stuff really one-off stuff.
Some gifts, some new magnets. Yep. That'll all come in the $5 appreciation orders. And
stuff from a lot of our sponsors that I think you're going to be really, really happy with. Stuff for $10.95ers. If you're not one, you might want to sign up.
Also, we do want you guys to come out too, because that's we put together this big party. I want people to come enjoy themselves.
Wear a bulletproof vest.
Yes,
let's say that.
You have to do whatever makes you feel comfortable.
Haven't you done the math and be like, this is not going to happen at this
again?
Then you see the story and realize what is happening here.
We all know what was happening.
Anyway,
just jump in that pool; it'll be safe.
Yeah, this party will be nerdier. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. I hope someone gets shot. You got some clout. That story made headlines.
Yeah, my God, it sounded fun.
Bring your guns. See what happens.
And what happens next? No one knows.
They call us.
Yeah, what are you doing? And you called her Chow? No.
All right, we'll see you on Monday's BDM show.
Oh, wait a minute. I can't publish that. It's mediocre.
This is all jokes and funny to you, huh? You can take it up with legal. Have a good day.